Hello again and welcome to another Mordian Glory Warhammer 40k battle report. We have another 2,000 point match play game for your viewing pleasure. It's going to be the Smelly Death Guard versus the Astra Militarum, and this time the Hammer of the Emperor have brought with them the Baneblade. So without further ado, let's crack on with today's video and take a look at these army lists in detail. Once more, joining me in the battle bunker is my partner in crime. It is Traitor Tom, and he has fully embraced that mantle now. He tried to fool us last week by going back to his custodies, but no, he has fully forsaken the Emperor and he has embraced Nurgle once more. And Nurgle has blessed him by giving him some Chaos Demons, sir. So do you want to take us through your list today?
Demons! Today, guys, I'm running a Death Guard Arcs of Omen detachment. I am the Poxmongers. I have 3 units of...
You Monger Pox.
I'm Monger Pox.
Nice.
I'm Monger Pox. Essentially, that just gives my Warlord his Contagion and -1 to leadership and -1 to combat attrition. So, starting with the troops, I've got 3 units of Poxwalkers, 2 20-man units, and 1 10-man. And then the other troops I have are the 10-man unit of Plague Marines. And then moving on from that, going to the elites, I've got 10 Blightlord Terminators.
You're not messing around today. A big old brick of Blighties.
I never play Death Guard without the Blightlords.
Yeah.
And then moving on from them, I've got 2 units of 3 Death Shroud.
Of course, of course.
We have as well.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why do I never see anyone run more than 3 in a squad? What, is this 3 the magic number for them?
I don't know, mate. It's all I own.
Oh. Is that all any Death Guard player is allowed to own? Every
Yes.
tournament I go to, there's 2 units of 3 Death Shroud, no more,
Just good
no less.
charge units, I think, to be perfectly honest.
Nice, fair enough.
But yeah, that's them. And then the characters in this detachment, I have a Plague Surgeon. He has no special relics or anything like that.
He's the back alley doctor.
He's the back alley doctor. He's going to give my units a 6 up Feel the Pain, which is going to be very nice. And then moving on to my Warlord, I have the Lord of Virulence.
Oh, yeah.
He has the relic Plague Skull of Glibblibble, which is just basically throwing a grenade.
It's a lot of apostrophes in that, isn't there?
Plague Skull of Glibblibble. And then his Warlord trait is Rotten Constitution. So basically any he +1 to his toughness and AP 1 and 2 he counts as 0. So
Nice.
it's okay. And then moving on to the Foul Blightspawn. He has the Revolting Stench Vats. So that means that basically you fight last. Simple. Good.
Oh, that might actually affect me today.
I like him. Oh, and also my Warlord as well, he has Viscous Death. So that's a 5-point upgrade. I can reroll my Flamethrower with him.
Yeah.
And it's 2d6, so it's pretty nice.
That is pretty good.
And then I have the Malignant Plaguecaster.
Oh, yes, of course.
He has Protection Vitality and Miasma of Pestilence, and he's going to sit there and just buff either the Plague Marines or the Blight Lords, and that's what he's going to do.
Nice.
And then moving on to the control of the Chaos Nurgle Demons!
Demons!
Demons! I have 1 Great Unclean One.
He is very nice looking.
He has Hideous Visage.
He is.
Which means he gets an extra -1 to leadership and -1 to combat attrition. So it'll be -2 to leadership and -2 to combat attrition in total. And then he also has bountiful gifts, so he heals wounds equal to the turn. So turn 1, 1 wound, turn 5, 5 wounds.
That's horrendous.
Nice. And then in front of him, they may look like Poxwalkers, but today I am running them as Plague Bearers because I didn't have any painted up and I need them for a legal patrol.
They're just going to sit there doing patrol-y things, aren't they? Yeah, that's fine.
And then my little lords, the little Great Unclean Ones, the little boys, I have 3 Nurglings. They're just going to sit there and try and score me some engage points or something like that.
Nice.
And that, guys, is the full 2,000 point Death Guard and Demon list today.
I have to say, I love the glowing effect you've managed to achieve on this Great Unclean One. Looks both demonic and sort of spiritual and rotting at the same time.
Well, I will say the tutorial that I followed was Artist Opus, which is
nice.
It's 100% dry brush on the Great Unclean One, and the skin alone took about 15 layers, I think.
Wow, that's a lot of dry brushing.
It is. It took me 2 days to do, so that is what they did. But yes, that is my 2,000 point Death Guard army. Poxmongers the Warlord just gets -1 to leadership and -1 to combat attrition. The army is basically there to try and leadership debuff.
I feel like I'm rubbing off on you slightly because there are no vehicles in this list, and it's like the more you marinate in the battle bunker, the less vehicles I see you bring. There was a wall of Custodes infantry last time, and now there's a wall of bloody Terminators, and you've got Tom, you've got Chaff,
sir.
Chaff. So yeah, no, it's very cool army, but a bit different. We both brought things which are a little bit different today, haven't we? I brought a slightly quirky list, and but with some solid staple units. You've done the same. So hopefully we will have two armies which are powerful and efficient, but with also a bit of fun. Yes. And with that said, let's go over to everyone's favourite narrative faction, the Imperial Guard.
No.
And here we have 2,000 points of the Emperor's true finest. I love saying that to Tom because it really annoys him as a Custodes player. I know the true finest. The Custodians are the superior creation. Nah. Custodians are not brave. Men are brave. And overseeing the parade, we have Commissar Cat Kylo. She is inspecting the men, making sure they're ready to battle. And she's also ready to knock all of Tom's models off the table too. Very good. Very good. Good girl. All right, so let's take you through this 2,000 point list. We have got an Arcs of Omen detachment, and we have not taken an Allied Sign Patrol today, so it's just the single detachment. In the HQ slot, we have got 2 of the Death Corps Marshals, and then we have got a Cadian Command Squad. The Cadian Command Squad has got the big bullshit Banner of Doom, the Finale of the Nemedesh First, and we've also gone for superior tactical training on the officer, which means that he can do Perfector's orders as well. We have then also gone for a single tank commander in a Lehman Russ, and that tank has got a battle cannon, las cannon, double heavy bolter, a storm bolter, and I have paid a CP for Gatekeeper as well. Then that's all the HQs. We do have a couple more characters. I have gone for a regimental preacher today. I know a bit of a controversial choice because they're not actually very good, but I figured I would try one out with my Bulgrins. That's right, I'm taking a 5-man squad of Bulgrins, all with slab shield, all with Bulgrin mauls, all ready to bonk some Plague Marines on the head and make them go sleepy Bobo times. And then I've got a Tech Priest Engineer, and he's really there just to give a 5-foot invulnerable save to the Baneblade, and also maybe heal some wounds on it if it needs it. And speaking of the Baneblades, we might as well stay with the armor pool. We've gone for a Baneblade. It is the Vigil's End, commanded by Patreon supporter Alex Stengal. He's just poking his head out of the turret there, commanding his crew. Fantastic unit, and we have gone for the classic Baneblade configuration with the cannon, the autocannon, and the extra set of sponsons, and all of the other guns that this magnificent beast, this steel monstrosity, comes with. Backing that up, we've got 2 basic Lehman Russes, and these are El Clasicos, and yes, I have paid for the Storm Bolters. So, Baneblade and 3 Lehman Russes is my armor pool today. Now, outside of all that fancy stuff, we have got the poor bloody infantry. 7 squads of Cadian shock troopers, every single one with double plasma gun, every single squad. I've gone for a sergeant with las pistol and chainsaw today, just to mix it up a little bit. I know the auto gun is probably the correct choice, but sometimes it's just nice to have that classic loadout where your sergeant's rocking the las pistol and chainsaw. And also, I do quite like the hazard stripes I've put on the chainsaw, so I thought I'd show those off today. Little hazard stripe flex there.
Not 100 infantry though, Tim.
Not 100, no. But I have also got, backing them up, 2 units of Death Corps Engineers. Now, the reason I've gone for these is they are slightly cheaper than Scions, and they help me get some retrieved data points by deep striking all over the place using their Sappers rule. So I figured that was a pretty sort of smart use. It saves me 7 points per squad, which is pretty nice. It actually saves me a bit more than that because I've taken them, because I like to take my Scions and my Engineers, if I'm doing them for little deep strike shenanigans, I take them as 6-man squads so that they can retrieve data without that chance of rolling badly and and failing to get it. So now they'll definitely get it off. So they are about a 11-man Scion squad is 66 points. So 6-man Scion squad is 66 points, and a 6-man Engineer squad is 48 points. So it's actually quite a decent saving. It allows me to essentially afford that extra senior officer, which is pretty good. So that is my whole list today. Now, just double checking, I should just say that I have spent Vaunted Praetorian on the Baneblade, so it will be able to do some orders to itself. And I believe that is the last thing to mention. No psychic powers, and I will be starting on 2 command points because of the Officer Cadre, the Big Bullshit Banner, the Gatekeeper, and also taking an extra senior officer in this list. So that is all of my CP, that's my whole list. And now let's go over to the field of battle after deployment. So here we have the field of battle after deployment. The Death Guard have put quite a lot of their force in reserve. They've got the Great Unclean One, 2 units of Death Shroud, a unit of Plague Bearers, and the Smelly Flamethrower Man. And then the rest of it they have got on the board. They've deployed into 2 columns. We've got the Blight Lords and a whole host of Poxwalkers down here. And then we have the Plague Marines and a big block of Poxwalkers there. They've also deployed some Vanguard elements, and we've got some cheeky little Nurglings which are going hee, and they've run forward. They're just too excited. They had to get to grips with the enemy and like show them, like, look, I got this new boil, and he's got to show it off.
Imagine they're like little cats.
Yeah, it's like herding. Yeah, they're like Nurgle's cats, aren't they? Very mischievous. So that is the Death Guard deployment. Moving over to the Guard, we've gone for something a little bit different. We've got a couple of infantry squads which we've thrown out forward and on the flanks. This is to try and help deny some deep striking and also play the range game. At the end of the day, Death Guard don't have a lot of guns, so if we can play that range game a bit more, and then that should work for us. We've then got the Baneblade anchoring down this flank. Now, I can move through this because this is dense cover, which it makes me a bit slower, but this does give me a great path round the board and allow me to see lots of different angles. We've then got a big block of infantry here with tank commander and some officers, and then we've got another little phalanx over here with being led by the Bullgrins, and you can see the Preacher is behind the Bullgrins, 2 squads of Cadians, and then we've got a Castellan there, or it's a Marshal today, and then we have got 2 more Leman-Russes over here. So that is the Guard deployment, and that is the Death Guard deployment. Now let's take a look at the mission. The mission today is the Scouring. That is a 5 objective mission, and the second part of the Scouring, the tertiary, is Auspex Scan. You need to do an action on each objective, and if you do, at the end of the game, you get 3 points for each objective that you have successfully scanned. So if you get 1 objective, 3 points, 2 objectives, 6, so on and so forth. For the secondaries, the Guard have taken Boots on the Ground and Inflexible Command, because those are 2 objectives that we feel confident we'll be able to get at least 10 points on each one. And then we've mixed things up a little bit, and we have gone for Retrieve Battlefield Data for our 3rd secondary. The thinking behind that is I will be able to use my sappers and other bits and bobs to be able to retrieve the data over the course of the game. I did make a small mistake in my list overview, guys. I do not actually have Gatekeeper today. I decided to leave that at home. Instead, I have put the Barbican's Key on one of my infantry squads. The reason for this is I can use it as a turn 5 way of trying to retrieve some data. I can teleport at the end of the game. And I have put the Barbican's Key on this infantry squad here, the one that is led by my very, very veteran sergeant who has got the sort of special sash on him. So that is the squad that will have the Barbican's Key. So that's my secondaries. That's sort of how I'm planning on doing them. Tom, do you want to take us through your secondaries?
Yeah, so I've went with Spread the Sickness.
Classic.
Standard. Fleeing Vectors, because that's what my army's sort of built around, failing morale tests. And then the third one is one I haven't taken before. It's Despoiled Ground. So at the end of the game, if I'm in all four table quarters, one on the centre and stuff like that, I get points at the end of the game, which I think max out at 15.
Nice. We have to survive to the end.
Have to survive to the end, which is...
But even little scraplets can do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a high risk, high reward scenario. You are the Death Guard. You should be able to have at least 1 or 2 men left alive here and there.
Trudge up the field.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those. It's also, I quite like the one because it allows you to play it a little bit cagey and try and do some things in the later turns, a bit like what I'm trying to do. So there we are.
There is also just one bit of admin from my side as well. So I forgot to mention the Great Unclean One. He knows 2 psychic powers.
Okay.
Nurgle's Rot and a leadership one where the Nurgle's Rot lessens your toughness, and then the other one, if I beat your toughness on 2d6 or double it, you suffer either D3 mortal wounds or D6 model with
Oh,
us.
very nice.
That is what is-
And the classic being, whenever you do get the D6 off, of course, you will roll a
You-
1,
yes.
and it would have been better somehow that you'd done the
Yes.
D3. Of course,
Yes,
understood.
of course.
Excellent. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention that my regimental doctrine was born soldiers, but you always take born soldiers unless stated otherwise, because that's just how the Guard Codex works. One last thing to mention is the terrain. Nearly all of the buildings you see here today will be ruins, which means that they will be breachable, light cover, and obscuring. But these 3 very ruined buildings, these ones with the big square bases, these are actually going to be dense terrain. They go to the equivalent of forest. We're in the concrete jungle today, boys, which means they will restrict movement and, of course, be -1 to shoot over them. So there we go. That is all the terrain. Now let's find out who is going to go first. So, Tom, as you are my guest, you going to roll the dice first?
Yep.
I got it in there first. It's whoever rolls first always gets the bad roll, man. Hey! Let's try it. For those of you that are wondering why I said that so quickly, there's a little joke between me and Tom where whoever says it first gets to call the other one the guest on the channel, even though we both work on Mordy and Glory. So I'll roll first this time. You rolled first last time.
Yes. I've 2, sir.
I have improved it.
It's a freezer. I've improved it.
You've improved it as well. There we are. So it will be a Death Guard turn 1. We'll be back at the end of your movement and command phase. End of Death Guard, command, movement, and everything else. Turn 1. Because you've not got a lot to do in your turn 1, do you?
No, I just sauntered up the field.
Just a casual saunter, a jaunt.
A jaunt.
A jaunt up the field. So you have kept this little unit of Poxwalkers back here, is that correct?
Yes.
And then you have moved forward with your Blight Lords and 1 big-ish number of Poxwalkers.
Yes.
And then you've moved an advance, and everything moved in advance, I believe?
So the Plague Marines didn't advance because they want to do the action, and the Blight Lords didn't advance because they're going to spread the sickness.
Okay.
But everything else just went.
Just started going up the field, shambling horrors up the field. Yes. So the Poxwalkers advanced, the 2 units didn't, and you have retrieved. You have Auspex scanned over here, and you have spread sickness over here, and that is your turn.
Yes.
That's it, very quick. Just want to say a little shout out to Grot Skull's workshop for sending us these tokens. Really, really cool. They're incredibly helpful. They allow us to keep track of spreading sickness and raising banners and all other manner of things. You're going to see us use them throughout the battle report. And if I remember, I'll put a link down in the description below so you guys can pick some of them up for yourself. And we've got a discount code now. Got a discount code. mordianglory23. Use that, get 10% off selected token sets. So there we are.
Very good, very good.
So go and check that all out in the description. But that is that's sort of shameless plugging over there. And we shall now get straight into Guard Turn 1, which I think is going to be a bit more active. I'm going to shoot some Poxwalkers.
Only a little bit.
There's a smidge. A little smidge more active. A little smidge. I think it's time for the Baneblade.
The Baneblade.
End of guard movement and command phase turn 1. We have pushed forward tentatively, yet with a bit of confidence, across the line. So we have gone forth with our Borgrins here. A couple of them are broken through the wall, and we are going to start stomping those Nurglings flat. We're going to introduce those little buggers into the meaning of pain. We then also started rolling out with our armoured column, moving out from behind the line sight blocking terrain. I can draw a battle cannon over to the Blight Lords over there, but it is just the one. I did think about leaving a tank here so I could shoot down that alleyway there, but I figured that the Baneblade would probably have enough firepower to deal with the Poxwalkers anyway. We then pushed forward with a bit of the infantry. I gave nearly every infantry squad take cover because I don't think they're going to receive any fire, but in case they do, it gives them a bit more durability. But thanks to my superior tactical trading and the fact that these two squads were within 6 inches of each other at the command phase, I was able to use my command squad to do the remain vigilant order on these 2 units, which means that Tom will not be able to deep strike his demons anywhere near them. Mm-hmm. And thanks to the Borgrins over here being a bit more pushed forward, it should mean that I'm going to keep him back from a lot of my infantry. Yep. And if he wants to deep strike in and charge some Borgrins, I'm actually all right with that fight. That's what Borgrins are kind of there to do. So that was sort of my movement there. I've sort of covered some of my orders. A couple of other little bits of the command phase. The Vaunted Praetorian told himself to reroll 1s to hit, and the Tech Priest put a 5% vulnerable save on him. And then I gave reroll 1s to hit to both of these tanks as well, though of course only this one can really benefit from it. And last but not least, My preacher did his righteous rhetoric, and the Bulgarians actually understood what the hell he was on about, and now they have got full rerolls to hit, which is very, very nice. So that was my movement and my command phase. Should say I have scanned this objective here with Auspex scan, and I have also retrieved, retrieved battlefield data once down here as well. So it's all going very well. Now it is time to go into the shooting phase. No psychic phase today, no psychic shenanigans of any kind.
What's that?
We shall now go into the best phase, the Baneblade phase. So we'll start with the Baneblade, the most exciting thing. Let's get it going. So it's going to fire everything it's got into this unit of Poxwalkers over here. And because there is a goddamn lot of them over there, I will get maximum shots from the Baneblade cannon. 18 shots, sir!
I will say, you did it a disservice then. You just called it the Baneblade. It is not just the Baneblade. It is
the Baneblade! Yes!
Yeah.
You are not hiding in metal boxes. I am in the metal box. Or should I say, oh, guardsmen, follow me to glory! I fucking love the Baneblade, man. It's so good that it's at least usable now on the battlefield. So let's get ourselves over to the dice tray of power. And we are going to need 18 smackaroos. So that's 12 dice. That's 18 dice. Oh, Tom, could you put that last dice in my hand? I've dropped one.
You dropped one.
Oh, it's a one. Don't worry, I get to re-roll it. Okay, so this is the might of the fully operational Baneblade cannon.
I think you'll find it is fully
operational. Let's go. So, of course, I am born soldiers. So, I'll spend a CP. Before I'm going to do engraved precision.
Engraved precision.
Don't know if it's going to help that much, but that is 1 auto wound, 2 auto wounds, 3 auto wounds, 4 auto wounds, miss.
You reroll ones though.
Miss, I do, but then I've got a couple of rerolls. That was a 2, I'm certain of it. These are my only 2 ones. One of them decided to stay a 1. And then toughness of a Poxius Walker.
They are T4 set.
2s to wound.
2s to wound me.
Oh, I've got a couple of 1s in there. Now, that will be a total of 8 plus 4 is 12. You're not going to get a save, because 8 minus 3. It's a flat 3 damage.
Well, I'll roll 12. If you roll any 6s, I'll...
re-roll them. And if you roll any... You still roll any 6s, you re-roll them again.
6s. I rolled
right,
1.
1 so far.
Re-roll it.
One more.
Oh!
One Poxwalker actually does live, so I only kill 11. That guy is very blessed.
How did I roll 3 bloody 6s?
Those goddamn toxic dice, man. They are toxic.
Oh my days.
So we've then got, so there's 11 gone there. We've got the auto cannon coming in here. 1 auto wound plus a reroll. 2 auto wounds from the auto cannon thanks to ingrained precision.
Yeah, 6s, sir.
Nope. 2 dead, so that's 13 dead in total.
Yes, sir.
A couple of laser cannons. 1 hit, 1 miss. Laser cannon. It is a wound. Laser cannon. It's 4 damage, but you got 1 anyway, so that's another one dead. So 14 dead. And then we've got the heavy blotters, of which there are 18. So this is the first lot. This is the remaining dice there. So, wow, the auto wounds. The auto wounds, sir. Oh, my God. They only did hit on 4. Wow. Like, I got 3 regular hits, and I got 8 auto wounds. Oh, my God. That one misses. So 5 regular hits, and I need to wound with them, which becomes 4 wounds, for a total of 12 wounds, sir.
12 wounds, sir.
12 wounds. That's all of the wounds and the auto wounds.
12 wounds, sir. 6s. Damage?
2.
They're dead.
Didn't even need the demolisher, sir. No, I don't think.
Brutal efficiency.
Brutal. No. The hammer of the Emperor. Overwhelming. There's no efficiency. There's no efficiency here. There's no efficiency using a Baneblade to clear off fucking Poxwalkers. But it was the hammer of the Emperor, sir.
Just to let you know, dear viewers, Tim said to me, he's like, "Are you gonna maybe shoot anything with a Beyblade the first day?" I was like, "I have 20 Poxwalkers." 20 Poxwalkers. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you so much. It's such a fun unit. I mean, I know it's not competitive, despite that I am taking 2 of them to a tournament this weekend, so that should be fun. But it's so much fun being able to put a Baneblade on the board and be like, this actually feels good now. It's not powerful, it's not competitive, it's literally, it's bang on 500 points. So it is very expensive, but it is so much fun.
It's one of those things as well where you look at an army and go, yeah, it's not viable, but I want it. You make the list work around it.
I think this is going to be pretty similar to what I'm going to run at the weekend. I'll probably drop these Leaving Russes and take the Hellhammer. But yeah, but that was the Baneblade. That was the main bit. What we're going to do, guys, is we'll fire the battle cannon over here off camera. Just to see if it does any damage to those Blight Lords. And then that will be that. Now, one we've caught it, don't worry, Tom did have a psychic phase, and we rolled that off camera before, and he was able to get Putrescent Vitality and Miasma Pestilence off on these Blight Lords. I don't think it makes a huge difference, because I was already -1 going off across the dents, and the strength 8 versus toughness 5 didn't make a difference. But we've done it now, so you guys can see
it was just because I was like, well...
If you've got it, flaunt it.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where I didn't think he could see it. He can see one model. I was like, I'll just roll this now.
Yeah.
See if
it's all gravy, baby.
Happens.
It's all gravy. So that was the Baneblade. Now we have got the tank over here. We're going to do that off camera, just see if we can do any damage to these Blight Lords. Should just say, we actually did do Tom's Psychic Phase off camera before, and he did get Putrescent Vitality and Miasma Pestilence off on these Blight Lords, so they are going to be very tough for me to deal with, but still worth slinging a single battle cannon into them, see if we can pick 1 or 2 of them off. Got to chip them down, and once we've done that, we'll be back with the results, and then we'll go on to the charge phase, and the Bullgrin are going to smashy those Nurglings. So the battle cannon fired, and we were able to kill 1 of the Blight Lords, even with the reduced damage and the fact that you had a 6-up feel no pain. And then everything else fired in and basically missed or bounced off. So there we go. We now get to go into the charge phase, and the Bullgrins are going to go into the Nurglings. They can't actually fail the charge, but Tom, give me a couple of dice anyway.
Gonna give him a hug.
There we go. Yep, that's pretty good. So we'll charge them in, we'll get the dice ready, and then we're going to stomp them flat. So that's what it looks like after the Bullgrins have gone in. They've got their riot shields. They're like, stop resisting. And the Nurglings are like, bash the fash. And they're trying to stop the Imperium. So now we're going to go for the hit. So the Nurglings, I've tickled you there, haven't I? It's already degenerated. The stream's already degenerated.
I didn't expect the Nurglings to be protesters.
Well, they're just like cheerful little, like, you know, kids having a good time, and the police are coming in like kettling them and everything. So we're gonna hit you on 4s, but I do get full rerolls thanks to my creature.
The reason they're hitting me on 4s is because Nurglings have a massive tiny bodies, so they're -1 to hit in combat.
I like to think there's just like a stealth suit just buried underneath there that they're like, hey, hey, you are one of us now. And the Tau's like, I shall do it for the greater good. Maybe these Nurgle aliens. And they're like, we're not aliens, we're demons. Demon. And they're like, this word does not translate. So that's pretty good number of hits. Now, what does
2s to wound me, I'm guessing.
Well, what's your toughness?
3.
Yeah. Oh.
It might be actually toughness 2, but.
There we go. It is 2s either way because I'm strength 7. I'm 2 damage a pop if that matters.
It does actually.
Does it like make you squishy or something? I'm sure you don't get feel no pain.
No, I don't get feel no pain against him. But how many?
A lot. A total of 4, 8, 12, 16, sir. 16. Dropped 5 in total.
16. Dropped 5 in total, and this will be 6s.
You don't know.
So that's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. That is them dead, sir.
Nice! Stomped them flat!
Stomped them good, sir.
Nice here. Nice, that'll get the arrest statistics up good. There we go. So we've arrested the Nurglings, and now we shall do some consolidation this way. All right, and that is the end of the Guard turn number 1. Pretty active.
Yeah,
pretty active.
Nice.
Now the Death Guard get their chance to respond. So Death Guard turn 2 off to a much more active start now. The Plague Marines have moved forward here, ready to engage the Bullgrins. And then we've also got I always call him the Stinky Flamer Man.
The Lord of Virulence.
The Lord of Virulence. And he has dropped down, he has spread the sickness.
Yes.
So I believe you have now spread and scanned here. Mm-hmm. And you've also spread and scanned here.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Scanned with the Plague Surgeon over there.
Excellent.
And that's what I've done over there.
And you spread sickness before with the Blight Lords in your previous turn. Excellent. Speaking of this flank, the Poxwalkers, they have moved and advanced, sir. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct.
And then you have also just moved out with the big old block of Blight Lords because you want to try and hose down some infantry with your bolters.
Very good. You know what? You're very good at this this strategy sort of thing, aren't you? Yeah.
It's, yeah. Sometimes I do it for a living. Don't ask me, man. I only work here. You also, we've got ahead of ourselves a little bit because you have done your Saga phase as well.
Yes.
And you did, once again, miasma and putrescence over here. But it did cost you 3 mortal wounds on your...
Perils.
You perils. And you rolled 3 6s in a row again, didn't you? Sometimes the 666 giveth and saves you a single Poxwalker that dies anyway. Sometimes the 666 taketh away and causes you to take 3 mortal wounds.
I was really hoping I wouldn't perils again because I've had that happen to me in a tournament where I had perils twice and he's just blown himself.
He's blown himself sky high.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Won that game though.
Nice. Yeah, that's just a flex, that isn't it, Tom? Just a bit of a flex.
Just threw 95 points away and was like, nah.
I don't even come to a 2,000 point game with 2,000 points.
Yeah.
1905, great year. So that is your movement, your command, and your Pisskick phase.
Pisskick.
We are now into the Shoosting. Nice hiss. So we are going to start off with the Blight Lord Terminators. I have to say, I know that Death Shroud are maybe the more sexy option. They've got the sides, and they seem to hit on 2s all the time. But I'm a Blight Lord. I'm Team Blight Lord all the way, man. These are going first, and you're putting 3 Storm Blotters and a Plague Launcher.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah.
And then you're going to do exactly the same.
Yeah.
And there's one chap who doesn't have a weapon that's in range, you told me.
He's got a combi flamer, so he's just going to chill.
He can do the bolter part of it.
You can do the bolter part of it.
Would you like to just
put it into the dents?
Put it into the dense ones. Okay.
But,
it's a bit mean. They're not that stupid.
Half the shots, so it'll be 2 shots instead of 4.
No, he's a Terminator. Oh, half the shot, so it... Yes. Chat. Yes.
So, speaking of which, I'll start off with the dense guys. Dense?
You are being so mean.
The dense guys over there.
The Ogrins are there. They're guardsmen. Anyway, carry on.
So, -1 to hit, yeah?
Indeed, sir.
Hitting on 4s, and this will be the champion as well. So, hitting on 4s.
He didn't hit anything.
He did not, sir.
And you rolled a little bit squiffy there.
I've rolled exactly how much I need.
Well, you haven't, though, have you?
No, although I did. Do you know what I've just realised?
What?
I rolled the Plague Burst launcher with them. I'll just say they missed. So,
no, I'll just say, right, come here. That's a Plague Burst dice. There you go. Makes it easy.
And then this will be freeze to wound you, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So 3 wounds on the...
Dense.
And then Plague Burst launcher wounds you as well.
Now, the AP of these various weapon systems, sir.
So the bolters is 0.
You right?
And the Plague Burst Crawler is Plague Burst Crawler. The Plague Burst Launcher is -2.
So one guy's died, because I don't believe that forests actually give you light cover. I think it's just dense. So one chap has died, and 3 of them have also died, for a total of 4 deaths. 4! So 4 have died from here. We shall take those casualties off now. We'll do it live, and we'll give Tom the chance to pick up some more dice for his other half. There we go. His other half loves it when he rolls dice. There we go. We'll just put those there for now. That's the dead pal, not the reinforcements. And then we shall come over to the other half.
And these guys are hitting on 3s.
These guys are hitting on 3s. So much better.
2 misses.
Bit of
Do I
dense.
get Born Soldiers as well?
I wish you did, but sadly not.
Damn.
Not yet. Don't worry. Get to 10th edition.
And this will be freeze.
Indeed, sir.
And these are not.
Did you forget your Plague Burst thingy again?
No, so I have my Plague Burst.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Next. So that is 6 bolter wounds, and then I'll do the Plague Burst Crawler. Launcher, and that is 1...
One's a plague.
So that is 2 wounds on that as well.
Is it strength big?
Strength 6.
Yeah, big strength.
So
Damn, I wish I was Krieg right now.
Bolters.
So 2 have died, plus another 5. So 7 have died.
Nice.
That's kind of what I expected. That's why this guy went up front. But a total of 11 guardsmen have died.
Yes.
Shows willing.
Yes.
It's a good start. Whittling.
Now, people may be going, why did he split fire? Blah, 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 blah. The reason is because I want him to fail morale. So just chipping at units is the best way for me to do. Might be not the exact.
I've lost 6, right? So it doesn't matter if I take the sergeant off because I need a 1 anyway.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. Total dead guardsmen. We shall remove those. They've just been casevac to the back there. What's the difference between casevac and medivac? So I don't know. I think medivac's when you get taken off.
Close air support evac doesn't really doesn't.
No, that's cas. I'm sure casevac is where you're getting stretchered from the battlefield to where you then get medivac. But I don't know if it's anyone who's watching this. Let us know the difference between casevac and medivac because I'm sure we're probably using the terms wrong. But it's always good to learn new things. And I'm playing the guards. So I do try and have a bit of a military brain on. Right, so that was that bit of shooting, and we'll be back in a moment with your other bit of shooting. And now we have the smelly Marines, the Plague Astartes coming in. What are you doing first, sir?
So, I'm going to fire all of their weapons in, which will be 3 bolters, 1 plasma pistol, 1 plasma gun, 1 plague launcher, and 1 flamethrower.
Plaguey flamethrower.
Plaguey flame. It's a bile spurt.
Bile spurt. I got one of those.
But, I'll start off with the bolt guns, and because they're within 6 inches of the warlord, they'll get to reroll 1s, which is always good.
Nice.
So, bolters. 1 reroll. That is 3 hits. And toughness of the ogre insect. Fifth, so it'll be 5 and 6s.
Always good effort.
2 wounds, sir. AP nothing there.
Alright, 2 ups. Right, these dice are gone. Let's go.
We need to record that. Just you shooting your dice. Right,
one's on a wound.
Pistol. It's on a 3. Rerolls 1s. Hits. And it wounds.
Were you overcharging, by the way?
How many wounds do you have?
He's got 1 left, this guy.
I'll just leave it. Okay. And it's a wound. AP minus 2 or 3, isn't it?
AP minus 3.
Yes.
I failed it, so he's dead.
Hey.
1 has died.
Right, the plague burst crawl. Plague.
Bile spurter.
That's it.
Or the blight launcher.
2 hits.
Strength of a blight launcher.
Strength 6.
Okay.
So 2 wounds. AP minus 2.
Failed 1, made 1. So I've taken. Oh no, it's okay. It was all 1 damage before. Yeah, I reduced damage by 1, so I've taken 1 damage.
Okay. So
a minute. Let me just. This guy's dead.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got 2 wounds left.
Yes.
Carry on.
Then I'll go with the
because we have done that before. We've forgotten
flamethrower.
Where the wounds are up to. 1.
1 shot. It wounds.
No.
AP minus 1. Would it
Nope.
make a difference?
Nope.
Wonderful. Plasma gun. Hit no freeze, rerolling 1s. It
Now,
hits both your times.
there's no point in overcharging this.
No point, sir. No point, sir. Very good, sir.
Damage.
And that is 2 wounds.
2 5-ups. Nope, so I lose another 1. Yeah, a little bit of a shame losing those 2 wounds to the blotter, but it is what it is.
Just 2 up saves.
I don't really mind. The
Do you know
ball
what?
are just
The
there
worst
for fun.
feeling is I only need to make a 2 up save.
That's why I don't
Roll
collect
dice.
custodies, man.
Yeah.
I don't make armor saves. It's why I prefer Krieg infantry over anything else, because I don't have to roll anything to make them tough as balls. Because my opponent has, not relying on my dice, it just makes my opponent fuck their dice up, because of the mini transhuman and then the medic. So, Krieg for life. Krieg for life. Is that all of the shooting?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Charging.
we'll take these off. Are you going to charge the Bullgryns?
Yes, the plague marines are going to go into the Bullgryns, so I might as well do it on camera and then
Yep.
we'll come back to the rolling.
Yep.
7.
7.
7.
The blessed number.
The blessed number.
There we go. All right, we shall move them smelly Marines in, and we shall be back in just a moment. Single column. Hold the line.
Bomb lines out.
We're locking our riot shields together. We're going to try and stop these hippies where we can. But these ones are a bit more hardcore. These are the OG hippies that have been around. They're like, they've taken all the mind-altering substances and they're pretty hard. Whereas the other ones were just getting into it and putting flowers down rifles and stuff like that. These ones are the proper.
First ones were the Gen Z. These are the millennials.
Yeah. We're slowly. And then
The
what?
White Lords are boomers.
They're the boomer hippies. There we go. These were at the first Woodstock. Anyway, let's get these stats on here, man. I actually think that the analogy isn't quite as inappropriate as it might seem, because you are spreading the love of Nurgle's Garden. You're spreading the love, and the Imperium is trying to, crush you under their boot.
Under my boot.
So it does. It's an older meme, sir, but it checks out.
It checks out, sir.
Let's carry on. So, do you know what your stats are,
yes.
sir?
So what I'm going to do is sort out the Blade Champion.
Right.
Plague Champion? The Plague
The Plague Blampion.
The Plague Champion. Champion of the Plague.
Okay.
He has 3 attacks. And he's hitting on 4s because it's a Power Fist. So, hitting on 4s.
Very good.
So, hits with what?
Very good.
And it hit is Strength. It'll be 2 times Strength, 8. So, it'll be freeze.
Oh, very good.
Oh, misses. There we go. That's all right then. Then I'll go with the Flail of Contagion.
Okay.
This will be hitting on freeze, but I make an extra attack because of
Reasons.
Very
good.
Hitting on freeze.
Couple of ones.
Couple of ones there.
That's my kind of rolling.
And then 2 wounds.
What is the AP?
The AP
It's got to be at least 2.
is AP minus 2, 2 damage each, sir.
All right. First one, failed, taking 1 damage because of big target. Second one, failed, take 1 damage.
Nice, sir.
So there's 1 on a wound.
Yep. And then I will come back with the mace and the mace and the cleaver. So where is this?
There's a mace here.
Mace. So
here.
there's 2 and there's a 2. So this is all from one guy, which is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Mace of Contagion. Yes. So this will be 3 attacks with 2 attacks with the Plague Cleaver. So hits both the time. Oh no, hits once because -1 to hit, and it doesn't wound, but I reroll. And the strength of this is 8. So it'll be freeze, so that one misses as well.
Yeah.
And then the flail, I make 2 attack hit rolls instead of 1, so both of them miss as well. There we go. Pretty simple.
Nice. Any combat blades or anything?
And then, yeah, I'll gather all the plague stabby things, and then we'll be back in like 2 seconds because it'll
do it now. Do it live.
It'll take me a while to gather them all.
Right. Do it live, you piece of shit! All right, fine. We'll be back. We'll be back.
He's trying to rush me.
We'll be back in just a moment once Tom has sorted himself out.
Yes.
All right, we've got the plague knives here.
The plague knives.
All right, Sarge, let's go.
Hit it on 3.
Nice.
There we go.
Winning on fifths.
Winning on fifths. Rerolling ones. Oh my god.
None. Oh my god.
The whiffiest of whiffs.
The big whiffaroo. All right, do I get to bonk you back now?
You do get to bonk me back.
Okay, let's. This is the first few. This is the next few. What's your? Do you have -1 to hit or anything?
No.
Okay, so I do get to full rerolls because of my righteous rhetoric.
Righteous rhetoric.
So I've missed with 3, and then I'm strength 7 overall, which means I'm wounding you on the old 3s. Very good. So that's 3, 6, 9. Save, sir, at AP -1. Would be 2 damage, but you reduce it by 1. So it becomes 1 damage.
AP? So this will be 4.
4. Hey. Where was that before?
Where was that before?
He is a guy. He is a guy. All right. So I've taken 2 wounds on a guy. So I've got 1 wound left on one of my chappies. And you have lost a guy as well. So equals pequals, yes, is I believe the saying there.
But because one of my units in the shooting phase killed a unit over there with a plague weapon, I am going to slap a CP stratagem on you to make them -3 leadership.
Right.
Does that matter?
I'll just spend 2 CP to auto pass them.
Because you've got 2 of them that you need to pass over there.
Oh, well, what I'll do is I'll do these one at a time then, and I'll see if I give a shit about the Bullgrim.
So I'll spend that CP now.
So that is your shooting phase, your combat phase, everything. Are we into the morale phase now?
A morale phase. And
right,
because it's the morale phase, on a 4-up, I deal 1 mortal wound to you with that sigil.
Okay.
4-up.
No.
So it doesn't do
very
that.
Good. So this unit lost 4. There's a sergeant in there, so they've got leadership 7. So 1 to 3, I'm okay. Nope. There is now 5 left in there. They're not below half, but 2 more on the way. So there's 3 left from that squad. Then the 3-man squad that's here needs to roll a 1. Yep, as is tradition. And then I'll spend my 2 CP over here because I think it will allow me to keep those Bullgrims in the fight, and I would like to keep them in the fight.
Yes, sir.
So that is that. So I should be down to
3, I believe.
3 CP, yeah. So, nice. Okay, so that is the Death Guard turn 2. Much more active. A lot happened there. let's go into Imperial Guard. Turn 2. It's time to go all in! Summon the reserves, one last push, let's break them here and now! So I have decided to go for a big counter push here. All of my infantry has come out of hiding. We are surrounded by the big bullshit banner, the warm embrace of the big bullshit banner. And we shall bring down these Blight Lords, so help me God Emperor, they shall be smote from the battlefield. So that's what's happened over here. The Baneblade has stayed still. It has kept its reroll ones. It's kept its 5% vulnerable save so that it can try and pour damage into there. I've got all my plasma and everything. I've strung out but maintained coherency so that I will be able to ignore their -1 to hit, ignore their reduced damage capabilities. But I don't have that much infantry that's really benefiting from that. So I can do it, but it's just not like such a huge deal. Likewise, we've spread the command squad out over to here, so you can see it starting to affect these infantry, who will also be trying to bring down these Plague Marines. The Bulgarians have fallen back so that they can allow me to shoot in there, and I've got angles with this Lehman Russ over here so that it can also provide some supporting firepower. Got the angles, sir. Now, these two Lehman Russes will not be able to see the Plague Marines because of this big bit of terrain, but they can draw firepower over to the Poxwalkers and over to the Blight Lords as well. Yes, and the only other thing to mention is I have brought a unit of the old engineers down here. Now, this will break my inflexible command, Tom. I won't get 2 victory points for this, but I'm confident I will still max inflexible by the end of the game anyway. Yes, and so it's kind of a risk worth taking. But they have dropped down. Well, I should say they've dug up because they're sappers. They've dug up from the ground and they have retrieved some data over here.
From which tunnel, Tom, Dick or Harry?
Yes. Yes, very good. Very, very good. Let us know if you get that reference down in the old comment section. I have no psychic, sir.
No psychic, sir.
It's time to get on to the shooting.
Shooting, sir.
And I think I am going to open up with, as much as I want to start with the Baneblade, I'm going to open up with the plasma and stuff first. Now, I'm going to do this off camera because it's going to be lots of individual little plasma guns trying to tickle to death these Blight Lords. And then we'll be back once I've done all the little bits. And then we can do the exciting stuff on camera, like the Baneblade and the Lemon Russes. All right. So we'll catch you back in the shooting phase, boys. So after all of the little plasmas had fired and the las guns, we were able to kill 2 of the Plague Marines, Blight Lords, and do a wound to another one. Tom actually saved every single 4 plasma save, which was a huge deal because they were doing 2 damage to him and he wasn't feel no pain against them. So it was actually all las guns that ended up killing a couple of them and doing another wound. So pretty good work from the las guns, but pretty good work from Tom there as well.
Pretty good work from Born Soldiers.
Yeah, Born Soldiers wasn't too bad, not going to lie. And then we're now going to go with the Baneblade.
It's the Baneblade.
Now, I'm going to spend the CP for ingrained precision on this bad boy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire everything into these Blight Lords. Now, I've actually changed my order here. I decided that instead of going for reroll ones, I wanted to go for count the models as double. Because I figured that the reroll ones won't necessarily help me that much because I'm going to be hitting on 4s with a lot of stuff anyway. But counting as double shots for my Baneblade cannon is very nice. It gets up to 18 shots, which is pretty good. So that's just a little addendum that we made there. It's just instinctive to be like, I'll go for the rerolls, and then you're like, actually, there are better choices here. So we shall gather the dice up. I believe, Tom, I need 3 more dice. If you could put those in my hand, sir. Give them a modicum of a shake. All right. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 auto wounds, 4, 5 auto wounds, and then we've got 6 auto wounds, and we've got 1, 2, 3 other hits. It would have only given me 2 rerolls, so I'm pretty happy with that. So 3 other hits, of which we get 2 more wounds. So you have 8 wounds, sir, on your Blight Lords. These will all be 4-up saves. The Baneblade. So 1 dies because you had taken a wound.
Yep.
And then another one dies because of the...
Did you get affected by the big bullshit banner?
No. So otherwise you'd be losing a lot here. So 1 has died, 2 has died, and 1 is on a wound.
A wound.
We've then got the auto cannon. which does not get any hits, sadly. And then we'll go for some heavy blotters here. So we'll fire the first twin heavy bolter, which gets 2 auto wounds. So you've got 2 3-up saves to make.
2 3-ups.
So that kills the 1 wound one. So there should be 3 dead in total now. And then we'll fire the Demolisher Cannon, which will just get 6 shots. Which manages to get 4 auto wounds through. Very nice.
Got hit on 4s?
Nope. It hit on 4's base, and it goes to 5's because of your whatever it is. Your -1, yeah. It is your toughness 6 though, aren't you? Because of your thing. So it is just the 1 wound.
Was that not 4 auto wounds, sir?
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yes.
I only auto wound with this thing. Yeah, you're right. So 4 auto wounds. Those 3 are going to go through. I've got to do these one at a time. So the first one, I'll keep it. The second one will kill one, and then the last one will just do a wound. I don't have any other multi-damage things here, so I'm actually going to re-roll that for a CP. It's a waste of time because it gets reduced to 1 anyway.
So that's 4 done in total and 1 on 1 wound, yes?
1 on our wound, 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Because I only did 1 damage to you.
Okay.
2 laser cannons. 1 auto wound. You're okay. And then I've got 2 more twin heavy bolters. So that's the first one. That's the second one. A total of 4 more wounds to you, good sir, kind sir. And I plink another wound off you, which means I have killed 4 and 1 is on a wound. That's pretty good. Pretty good going from the Baneblade there. So we'll remove those casualties and we'll see how many are left. And that might affect what I want to start slinging into them. So we have 3 Blight Lords left, but we cannot let any of them survive. So we are going to fire our battle cannon into here. So let us go for the first Lehman Russ. The number of shots is going to be a mighty 6 in total. These are going to be wounded, hitting you on 4s, rerolling 1s. We have 2 auto wounds, a regular legs hit, and then a reroll. No. And then we have to wound you on the old 3s. Nope. So 2 wounds at AP 2.
4 up.
Ooh, that will kill the wounded one.
Kills the wounded one.
And then we have, so there's 2 left. And then we've got the laser cannon. Nope. And then we've got the heavy blotters. Bit of trace of fire here. We've got 1 auto wound, 2 regular hits, and a re-roll. No, that's the second time that's happened. So wounding, I need 5s because you are toughness 6 now because of your power. And you pass both of those. And so I'm going to fire the tank commander into them, which number of shots is going to be a big 6 in total. Obviously not the big 9, it's just the 6.
Big nin.
That will be an auto wound, 3 regular hits, and a reroll. Nope, sadly no translations on the rerolls. And then just 2 more wounds, sir. 2 more wounds. You passed both of those. Very nice. So you're doing very well on those 4-ups.
I'm doing very good.
Doing well. The laser cannon hits. The laser cannon wounds. It goes through. Come on, big damage. Nope, just the 1. I feel like I've done very poorly on my damage rolls. This is why I never encourage anyone to take anything that's got random damage.
Especially D6 damage weapons.
It's just ridiculous. 2 auto wounds, and that's it. 2 more auto wounds. So you take 1. Pass and fail 1. It's just 1. I actually realised I do have a couple of storm bolters here as well on those 2 tanks. So we'll fire those in, which will be 2 hits. It'll be 1 wound, and you're okay. So you've lost 1.
Mm-hmm. So, and 1's on a wound, so I'm down to
2
and a bit.
Is it 1 and a bit? Yeah, 1 and a bit. That's not too bad. It's good. It's good effort. It's a good effort. So not quite as much damage as I was hoping for. I was hoping to wipe them out, but it's 10 Blight Lords. I can't really. true. You don't pass morale. It's not really, something you can complain about overly. Now, I was considering, obviously, putting this tank into them as well. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this tank and these guys into the Plague Marines. So we'll do that off camera, and we'll back and see how many Plague Marines are left over. And after the dust had settled, oh yeah, the Plague Marines were all killed. Just to give you an idea of how powerful the big bullshit banner is against them, the tank went in. The tank's got battle cannons, it's got everything, and it was able to kill sort of 2 or 3 of them. And then the infantry squads went, and I didn't even need to fire the second one. The first one just fired its plasma, it got all hits, it got all wounds, and then because it's AP4 with take aim, Tom doesn't get a save, it's damage 2, he doesn't get to reduce damage because of the update to the big bullshit banner. So 2 plasma gun guys just killed 4 Plague Marines. Yeah. And the last couple that were left over just got las gunned down. Yeah, pure infantry guard really is the ultimate hard counter to Death Guard, which is what I found at the weekend when I ran this tournament. Yeah, and actually what's weird, I actually definitely felt like I got more power out of my infantry this turn than out of my tanks. My tanks felt like they were really struggling. My infantry definitely felt like they were...
Guard.
Yeah, the backbone of the guard always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle, sir. So that is the end of my turn. Tom, you have preemptively spent 2 CP to auto pass their morale. So we both used our once per game auto pass morale shenanigans.
Yes.
Now it's going to be down to your turn number 3. And you will have to bring your Death Shroud in now, sir. And your Great Unclean one. A lot's going to come in. Yes. So you've taken a big hit there. You've lost 8 Blight Lords and all of your Plague Marines. But now the reinforcements are coming in. And this could really swing the game.
Hopefully.
So we shall see how Tom responds in Death Guard turn 3. Look at this, boys. 1 giant green killing machine and a Great Unclean one. Yes, very, very cool. These 2 titanic behemoths facing off against each other. Yes, glorious. This is why sometimes it's nice to bring out the big showpiece models, because this is just cool. Look at these like Plague Marines and Guardsmen lines like clashing, and these are just little ants swarming around the big beasties. It's very cool. So this is the beginning of Death Guard turn 3. You healed one of your Blight Lords with your Plague Surgeon, so now he's back to full health, which is very nice. You got enough on the D3 to do that. You've moved forward with the old Poxwalkers, and then you brought some Death Shroud in. Now, do these Death Shroud, they deploy within...
So they deploy 9 inches away from you.
Okay.
The Great Unclean one is deployed 7 inches away from you.
Okay.
And the Plague Bearers have deployed 6 inches away from you.
These Plague Bearers
yes.
Here? Okay.
They may look like Poxwalkers, but they are Plague
Bearers. Yes.
And essentially they're going to perform the action on the centre and just get the data for it.
Very good.
That's what they're going to do. And then the other Death Shroud have dropped in here. And my Warlord over there has moved up as jauntily.
And he's going to spray some sticky hot green fluid all over me. He's going to spray some goo on me. Oh my. All right, so I was just saying to Tom off camera that he's actually in a really strong position here. He's taken a hell of a lot of casualties, but the point is that he is really pinning me into my deployment, and I'm struggling to get out here. He's got a big turn ahead of him. I think he's going to pick up multiple lines of infantry. He may even start tagging things like the Baneblade and stuff, which could give me some problems. Though, of course, it is Titanic, so it can fall back, shoot, charge, do what it wants. But it's still going to be a big crunch turn for me, I think. It's going to be a big crunch turn. And I'm definitely feeling... I don't know how you other Guard players do it. 70 infantry, it's just not enough. It's not enough. I need more.
More.
Maybe taking 1 less Lehman Russ would have been the right call. When me and Tom were discussing this pre-game, he said, you should take 1 less Russ and put more infantry. And I was like, 1 less Russ? How dare you, sir? 1 less Russ? You whore. You whoresome knave. You cad. You disgrace yourself, sir. But actually, in benefit of hindsight, it probably would have been the right thing to do. Or maybe not bother with the Bulgar. But the Bulgar would have been fun. And they did do what Bulgar do, which is they just stopped a flank dead. There's a brick wall. So that is your movement, your command. Any other command things I should be aware of, sir?
No command stuff.
Excellent. Oh, we're having a little bit of a Barney over here.
There is a Barney.
A little bit of a Barney. But I don't mind if they die. I actually almost want them to die, because then it helps me with inflexible command a little bit. But If you don't kill them, they're going to run around blasting with shotguns. So it's, yeah, you don't want to leave them around. You don't want to leave them around. So there we go. Death Guard. That was turn 3. He's not doing anything else. No. We'll do your psychic and shooting.
Yes.
So starting off with the Great Unclean One. You are going for a Schmidt.
I'm going to smite the 3 guys in front of me.
Very good. Smite them. Smite them harder.
Smite! That is a 7.
It's a good effort.
It's Nurgle's number. It is D3 mortal wounds, sir. It is
another blessed number. From my point of view, anyway. We'll try and make you charge a little bit longer.
Yeah. And then the other one I'm going to do is I'm going to basically smite them again, but this is a leadership smite.
A pseudo smite. That's what we call them. That's what I call them anyway.
So, they are leadership 7, I believe.
They are indeed.
Actually, there will be 6.
Okay.
Because of the...
Demons.
The demons! So
Okay.
this will go off on a warp charge of 6. So it goes off. Now I roll 2d6 dice. If I double your leadership, you suffer d6 mortal wounds. If I don't, you suffer d3. So it's just d3 mortal wounds on you.
Come on, get another one. Hey!
Bloody Nora. There we go. That's them gone.
These plasma guns are gone, bro.
Yes.
That's a
And
thing.
then over here, I'm going to cast Miasma of Pestilence.
That was very effective last time.
Miasma of Pestilence on the Poxwalkers.
On the bloody Poxwalkers!
The bloody Pox. It goes up
Because
for
it
a
makes
6.
sense. It just feels wrong them
And
getting
then
priority over Marines.
Putrescent Vitality
God.
is going to go on the Poxwalkers as well.
Oh,
Goes
God.
off for the 7. Doesn't go
Oh,
off.
God. So what's miasma?
Miasma is -1 to hit.
I don't like that.
It vexes me.
It vexes me. It
Okay.
vexes me greatly.
Yes, so that's them on the Miasma. And that is the end of our psychic phase.
Very good.
So, shall we start off with the grand shooting phase?
Let's get into shooting phase. Let's just have a little cut there. Starting off with the absolute unit. He is going to be doing his vomit all over me. Where are you vomiting? Where are you chundering?
I'm going to chunder. Do you know what? I'm going to chunder on that last man because he's kind of annoying. In
That
fact,
last man. You said it out to Glenn!
he can fail morale, so I'm going to do the one just in front of me.
Okay, fair enough. It's all very organic, isn't it? In Nurgle.
Forgive me, I just rolled this off camera.
It's all right. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. You cheating
I
bastard!
just placed the dice.
Placed it down.
It would look too obvious if it was.
Remember, if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
So
There's a lot of context that needs to be applied to
It
that
does.
particular clip, but
So this one's
I'll take the hate mob. It's okay.
Yes. And they will be toughness 2 now.
Yes.
So this will be 2s to wound you.
I wish I was Krieg. Is it assault?
It's,
Is it auto hit?
It's auto hit.
Right, very good.
It's vomit. So that is 4 auto wounds, essentially, at AP -2, 1 damage each, sir.
They just die.
Just there. Just get vomited on. And
Just
like,
get bombed on. There's no point in taking any other ones off, so these ones can go. They've gone, and they're taking the moss with them. All right, so 4 have died. They're back on the objective. No, they're just dead. Okay, those 4 have died.
Yep. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Blight Lords bolters into the far squad at the back.
This one here.
Yep.
Very good.
That'll be 8 shots hitting on 3s.
Yes. Wouldn't it be great if the Big Bullshit Banner gave you a mouseful tip modifier as well?
Do you know what? I think you should write to the GW team.
I don't think it's powerful enough. It needs to be the undisputed master of relics. It needs to be just so clearly the best relic. It's all right. Best relic in the game. Do you know what I mean? Just like there's like no competition. That's what I think.
It vexes me.
That's what I
It
think.
vexes me.
Or they inverse it and it gives you -1 to hit and it gives you a phase cap and a feel no pain. Guardsman squads can only take 4 wounds a turn.
Keep saying that to me.
Oh, that'd be so
I'll start
good.
off with the Death Shroud back here. They're going to do it into the Bulgrin.
Bulgrin!
That's what they're called. The Mordian Bulgrin.
Yeah, they've got their little hats on. Ugh.
That is 8.
I'm going to give you some time to get those dice together. We're back in just a moment. Okay, Tom, hit me with your rhythm stick.
So this is strength 3, so it'll be you're down
5.
to toughness 6.
I'm to us 4. I was to us 5 natively, so now I'm to us 4.
That'll be 5s and 6s.
He's gone ape. He's chucked that dice over there.
I have. And then this is re-rolling 1s because of plague weapon. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How far can he go?
I don't know.
I think there's Ocho in there.
Well, yeah, 8, 9. That's 9 wounds, sir. AP nothing on those bullbrins.
Okay.
Really slow rolling.
I thought it'd be funny.
Is this because if you slow roll
Yay!
a 2-up save, you always pass it for some reason?
Yep, the reason I've done that is, 1, I thought it'd be funny, and 2, I was actually considering using a CP, and 3, I once had someone that was on a 2-up save the whole game. It was back when I was using the old 365 conscript list, and the whole game he slow rolled every armor save against me, until the point where I actually had to say, and he did it because he would pass all the saves, and then to the point where, and I knew him, and he was a decent lad, and I said, I won't say his name on, online, but I said, mate, this is really starting to take the piss. I said, I'm running 365 conscripts, and we're running out of time because you're rolling your saves 1 at a time, and he was like, yeah, well, it means I always pass them. and I was just like, I said, A, that's kind of dodgy, dude, and B, I'm gonna basically get the T over and call like the timeout if this keeps going, because I've only had 1 turn and you've run like 2 hours into the game.
That's quite funny though.
It was really, really bad. Yeah, he's a good lad, and he was just doing it because he knew me and he knew how much it would anger me. So I respect the troll.
You know what?
I respect the troll.
Start doing that now.
Go for it, man. But
so the Lord of Virulence
you will quickly become the guest and not the colleague.
So the Lord of Virulence is going to pile his flamethrower into the bullbrin.
Okay.
So 2d6 shots. I do get to reroll.
You should slow roll these.
Do get to reroll these, but I'm not, because it's 8 shots. That's all right.
The bants. The slow rolling bants.
Right, this is stroke 5, your toughness 4, so it'll be 3s.
Yeah.
Plague weapon.
Is it because I'm now within 6, is it, that it goes a bit squiffy?
You're within contagion range now. So that is... why am I having trouble counting?
You are really struggling today.
6.
Have you had 2 hours 35 minutes sleep again?
No, 6 AP minus 1, 1 damage save. So.
Right. He's dead.
It vexes me.
He's dead. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. I've done that once. The imp has played his trick. He can only do it once. Well, I did it twice. I'm not doing it thrice. There we go. All right, so you've killed the 1 wound bastard. And that is that.
Yes.
And through the magic of cinema, that Bullgrin has now died, and I'm over here now. Thought I'd mix the angle up a little bit there as my voice broke slightly. There we go. So, what are you doing next? The old Shroud of Death?
The Shroud of Death, we're going to pile into those 6
infantry squad.
That is 12, 16, 17, 18, 19 shots.
I'll tell you what. We'll just be back as soon as any left alive. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, we're back in a moment, viewers. Rather predictably, all of the guardsmen disappeared and got melted into the ground like salt on a snail. Now, we're going into the Death Guard charge phase now.
Graphic.
Salt the snail! Salt the snail! I think you're the snail. I'm gonna salt the slug in my turn. But they are all dead. And you are going, that's all you're shooting?
Yes.
So you are now going into your charge phase. Where would you like to start?
So, the Great Unclean One hits an 11-inch charge to get in there.
Unless he wants to go over here.
No, he wants to go.
Then you might have to go through dense. So, yeah. Straightforward. The Clash of Titans.
If you're going to Overwatch, we say, I will charge the Poxwalkers in first.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
I'll charge the Poxwalkers.
Charge the Poxwalkers in first. They don't make it.
Don't make it.
See if you reroll.
Blight Terminators are going to go in.
Blight Bastards.
Next. They're in. There we go.
They're in. Okay. Do you want me to just be like...
Yes, just shove them up against the wall, sir.
I think you have to go sort of there to be able to fight me.
Yes, that is all good, sir.
There we go.
Very good, sir.
And
the Great Unclean One.
The greatest, uncleanest boy.
Lessons of Gnome.
The Emperor protects.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to CP it. So I'm down to 1.
The Emperor protects!
Because I really want this to go through to
The Emperor protects! No! Ah, you cheeky bastard. That was a 1, but it failed anyway. The Emperor protects!
I was like, it's out the dice tray.
Fuck.
Out the dice tray.
God, the amount of dice I've kept out of the dice tray that have been fails, man. You cheeky. He's a cheating bastard! It's Whacker Tommy's back.
It would be so cool.
It would have been cool. But hey, it's we got that moment of tension, which is always good.
The Virulence is just going to charge into the Bulgrin as well as Death Shroud. I'll go with the Death Shroud first. They need a 9.
Nope.
They don't get in. The Lord of Virulence.
He's definitely in.
Yeah.
He's definitely
in.
All right, we shall move those in, and we shall be back with the choppy. Oh, don't forget these guys.
Which ones? Oh yes, they'll go under.
No.
It's a fail.
It's okay. Damn, not going to get any inflexible command next turn.
They're just like, okay.
Okie dokie. All right, so we are going to be back in the choppy phase. The Warlord has come flying into the Riot Police Bulgrins. He is ready to truly bash that fash. So we shall see how he cracks on. Go on then. How many?
So freeze.
He's missed.
Missed once.
And then 2.
Born soldiers, I auto win.
I don't even auto wound in combat, man. You get Strachan in your life if you want that.
2's rerolling 1s. This is the Power Fist and Lord of Virulence.
Very good.
So yeah, 4 wounds. AP minus 3.
4 dice, please. Not yours.
No. You see the hesitation then.
Whoa. What's the AP, by the way?
AP minus 3.
Oh, well, you've done some damage anyway. Okay, so I failed 2. I imagine it's
2 damage each.
Oh, only 2.
Only 2.
That reduces down to 1.
Yes.
That means that you don't kill 1.
I don't kill 1.
That's pretty startling. That is. All right, this guy needs a wound dice. We'll do it live.
I'm beginning to like Bulgrin.
Oh shit! I dropped my wound dice. Right, can I have a white dice, please, there, Tom, or any sort of dice? Thank you very much. You could have passed it to me, you knob. Right, so he's taken a wound. Right, my guys will pile in and I'll do some fight backs in a moment. But before we do that, I'm gonna mosey on over to here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have you bash on the Baneblade.
It is the Baneblade.
It is the Baneblade.
So this will be 2 of the axes, so it'll be hitting on freeze. So 2 miss. And then this is strength 6, you are T, so it'll be 5
T9, yeah. Oh, he's got one.
Oh, plague weapon.
Plague weapon. Oh, AP.
This will be AP minus 2, so 1 damage each.
Okay. I'm going to flex it. I chose to take that on my 5+ invulnerable save. It could have been a 4+ invulnerable save. I've chose to take up a 5+ invulnerable save.
I've chose. I'm a beneficent god.
Okay. So I'm going to be back with my Bulgrin. So this is the Bulgrin Bonehead first, going into the Lord of whatever he is.
Virulence.
And then this is the other guy. So miss.
Do you not reroll because of the preacher?
No, he did not. He did not get his righteous rhetoric off. So sadly not. But they have managed to wound you a whole bunch of times. 4 wounds, sir.
4 invulnerable save, I'm guessing.
It's -1.
Oh, is it only minus? It'll be 2 ups because of his warlord trait, Rotten Constitution.
Oh, right, okay, very good.
Because he ignores AP minus 1 and 2.
Oh wow, and he's 2 up save base.
Yes, 2 up save base.
Nice. All right, then the Baneblade is going to try and run you over. Now, it gets 9 attacks. It gets 9 attacks. Now, I don't believe, dear viewers, I can use crush them because it was not my charge phase that I could have. I can do it in. So I hit on 5. So it's just the 2 hits. In fact, you know what? I am going to check because if I can, I will definitely spam. No, I can't do that now that I've rolled the dice. That's an ultimate scumbag maneuver. So 3 hits.
Stop you before.
3 hits. Fuck off. 2, 1 wound. AP 2. So no one does anything to anyone. So literally everyone bounces basically. Good combat phase that. Nice, exciting, good content there.
I will say, the 2 combat phases I've been in, I'm like, why am I even
trying? You need to spam Dem Plague Marines, man. 90 Plague Marines. Dem Plagues. That's my first Death Guard when I get my Death Guard. My first my first list is going to be 90 Plague Marines, all kitted out with the guns and the maces and all that good shit. But that was Death Guard, turn number 3.
You do owe me 1 morale, sir.
Just 1 whole morale. Whereabouts?
Over there.
That chap in the middle there. Am I got any negative modifiers?
No, because you're not within 6.
He's okay. Lost 2. Leadership 6. He's alright. So that was a nice plop, that was. It just went straight in there. Alright, so no vectors.
No, I get
some
2
vectors.
points for killing models, but I don't get the full 5 because I've not made you run.
Gadzooks. Alright, we'll go to guard turn 3 and we'll see if the Baneblade can beat the shit out of the Great and Clean one. The Baneblade! Guard turn 3, command and movement phase. The second unit of sappers have tunneled up from under the ground and they have retrieved the battlefield data over here. Getting the infantry part of flexible command is actually going to be quite difficult unless I try and suicide my guys, which is exactly what I'm going to do. These guys are going to try and take out these pox walkers. And if they don't, then they die, and that's fine because then flexible command becomes something that I can likely do in my later turns. But I'm not too worried about it because I've got 8 points for it already. So I'm pretty confident I'll max out by the end of the game one way or another. In terms of everything else, the Baneblade moved back a little bit to free up some shooting against these Blight Lords. My infantry has pushed out. I thought about doing a tactical retreat and then I thought, no, what I want to do is go for as much damage as possible this turn. And the idea is to try and kill everything around the Great Unclean One. I did think about piling everything into him, but he is but 1 unit. And if I can deal with everything else, then I might have a chance. And if he is one of the only units remaining after this firestorm that I've got cooking, then hopefully that will allow me to pull it back turns 4, turns 5. Over here, the infantry have stayed firm. The tanks have moved forward to get some shots over here without having to worry about the old dents. And this tank has stayed here so he can draw our sight on the Death Shroud. My thinking is here that I want to try and actually deal with the Death Shroud this turn so that I can then next turn deal with this chap here. I've actually stayed in combat with him. I think the Borg can hold him for my fight phase, which then means he's stuck in place for Tom's turn. And if they manage to do that, that's really, really good because it means that he is essentially then dealable with in my turn 4. So that's the plan. We'll see if it pays off. Let's go into the dreaded guard shooting phase. Guard shooting phase, turn 3. Now, we've done a little bit of it off camera already just to smooth the filming process. And we've done all of the little bits of infantry. And the end result is that these 2 Death Shroud over there died to these 2 infantry squads here. And then 2 Death Shroud over here died to the 2 infantry squads that are here. And also the couple of little scraplets that I've got around there as well. So not a bad start at all. We've also done the engineers over here, and my God, I like to save this for close encounters. They absolutely wrecked the Poxwalkers. 18 shots from 6 models. I'm telling you, man, 3 squads of engineers backed up by Creed. If they had auto support, my God. So yeah, that was really, really cool over there. They're probably going to charge and finish that last Poxwalker off. Inevitably, he'll then kill 2 of them in combat and slowly bring all his fellows back, which would be hilarious. But hopefully we will kill him. And so that's all the little bits. And now we've got the big bits. Now we're going to go for the Baneblade. Now I'm going to go for something a bit controversial here, guys. I said I'm going to kill everything around the Great and Clean One. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to fire everything into these Poxwalkers. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because they have got my Astra Pestilence on them. And so that actually makes them quite tricky for me to deal with, considering that it's going to be only hitting on 4s with a lot of my guns and 5s, a lot of other guns. So we're going to go for everything with the Baneblade into here, and then I'll probably end up charging and trying to crush these last 2 these Death Shroud Terminators over there. If that goes off, it still leaves me with my 3 battle tanks, which hopefully should be able to finish off the Terminators, and then we're looking in a pretty strong position at that point. So let's get some dice together and let's start blasting with that Baneblade. If I didn't mention it before, guys, I went for take aim on all of my infantry, and I went for reroll ones on all of my tanks that could get it. Just to be clear there. I think I have marked that up successfully with different little tokens. That's the great thing about tokens. If I forget something, you guys still get to see the effects. Look at that. That's pretty good. I'll tell you what, I did forget one thing though. 1 minute. That was a plop. I'm doing that again. Hey, righteous rhetoric. My bowguns get 4 rerolls to wound. It literally dropped out of my hand, guys, and just went on the table. All right, so that was the one thing I did forget from my command phase. Yeah. Right, let's blast some poxwalkers. It is the Baneblade cannon. And I have spent a CP on ingrained precision. And because there is 20 in that squad, it does mean that I get maximum shots. And I have got reroll ones. Let's see how we do. Lots and lots of the old auto wounds. Very nice. I wonder how many ingrained precisions actually came up. Only 2. All right. Miss with these ones. Oh, only 1 reroll 1. Okie dokie. And then 1 reroll. Ah, excellent. And then wounding on the old 2s. Yeah, that's very good. So that is 11 wounds. Now, you won't get a save, but these are 3 damage each. So you've got to roll these. Any 6s, you've got to re-roll twice. Oh, can he do it again? Ah. So that is 11 gone the way of the dodo. And then we've got the old auto cannon. 1 auto wound, 1 regular wound, and no actual wound. So this is 2 feel no pains. Nope, so 1 more dead. So that is 11. No, 12 dead. 12 dead in total. The Demartia cannon, I don't know why I'm rolling only 1 dice. It actually gets the maximum 6 shots. So here we go. We've got no hits so far. This is why I was... Amazing. But hopefully we'll get a reroll. We've got 1 auto wound. And 3 damage, sir. It's dead. So now we're up to 12 dead, I believe.
13 dead.
13 dead. Thank you for keeping track. 2 laser cannons. Laser cannons. Nope, nothing there. And then we have got the heavy blotters. The heavy blotters. There's 18 shots here. So that's the first lot. And I've got some more there. And I've got some more there. Okay, so we've got... These are all auto wounding. Okay, I don't think I'm going to quite get them all, you know. It's
survive.
It's kind of sad, that -1 doing its business. So that will be another 7. Oh, that's exactly what I need. That is 7, and these are all damage 2 heavy bolters, so you need to roll 6s here. I need to re-roll those 2, essentially. No, and we've got them. That is ingrained precision. Not too much, not too little.
Is it not brutal efficiency?
No brutal efficiency here. It is brutal, but it is not efficient. We're not the Tau today. Yes, that was pretty close though, because only 1 of those guys needs to live.
And then it's like, dead rise again.
Dead rise again. Start eating humans to come back. Pretty clutch moment. Yeah, the Baneblade doesn't benefit from the big bullshit banner. I like how the Baneblade has nuked 2 Poxwalker squads, but it's like 200 points. It's like,
this is what we do.
It's like 200. It's like, oh, Guardsman, follow me. Juggalo is blowing up the zombie horde. Man.
Oh, sir, there's a massive demon there. We ignore it.
Don't worry. Smith's got it. He's like, I think I got it. Commissar says...
the Guardsman's handbook.
Yeah.
The demons are weak creatures.
They're just optical illusions, man. It's just a hallucinogen. There's nothing actually there. Of course. So the last bit is the...
Service MDMA is hitting different.
I'm having a bad trip. Smith, have another dose. That'll probably sort you out. Probably.
Maybe.
All right. So that was the Baneblade. We'll now do the battle cannons, and we'll be back with the end result of those. And after the smoke had cleared, the dust hasn't settled this time, the smoke has cleared. After the smoke has cleared, the Death Shroud here was killed by a battle cannon. This one, unfortunately, actually survived. He just tanked it. I rolled very poorly, to be honest. I only got 5 shots from the battle cannon, and then I missed with 3 of them, and then only wounded with 1 of them, and then Tom just made a save. And the only thing that managed to get us a little wound past was a heavy blotter. So there you go. I mean, he's actually failed 2 turns in a row now, so I'm a bit disappointed in him. to be fair. A bit disappointed. And then the other battle cannon tank here also totally whiffed it and killed a single plague demon. I literally told him to make like 2 saves and he just killed a single plague demon.
Plague bearer.
Plague bearer. The bearer of the plague.
Bearer of the plagues.
Bearer of the plague. So, but I'm still pretty happy with the overall result, obviously, because I've dealt with the majority of the Death Shroud. All the plague poxwalkers have gone. And the only really main threat left is going to be this guy, and you've got a bunch of characters. But we're not done yet because we do get to charge you. I'm going to charge the Baneblade in.
Yes.
He fucking wants it. And then we're also going to charge the engineers in to the lone poxwalker over here. Oh, they don't really want it, but they're going to have it anyway because they're so close to him. So we'll move that. They're like, "Sir, are you sure? He looks a bit, he looks like he's got COVID." His lateral flow has come up very positive. So we'll see how that goes. And then the Baneblade will... I'm not going to be too aggressive with this. I'm just going to get his little corner on there. The reason I don't be too aggressive is if I like yeet myself over here, I'm opening myself up to an attack from the Smelly Invader, which is pretty scary. I'd like you to take some CP off me. I'll check how much. It's at least 1, because I will be crushing you. It may be 2 CP, but we'll check at the moment. So we'll gather some dice together. We'll check how much crush them is, and then we shall go into the fight phase. Let's start off with the Baneblade. It is but 1 CP to crush you. A bargain. Will you take that deal, Tom?
But 1 CP.
Yeah, I'd take that
I'd
deal.
take that deal.
Damn right. Damn good deal.
I'd have that for $1.
Yeah, well, for a CP even. There we go. So we're hitting on 3s. It's not too bad. It's statistical. Very nice. And then we're getting 6s to wound. We'll do some auto wounds to you. No auto wounds, but we have done 5 of the wounds to you. These are at least AP -2, so you will be on a 4th save. Okay. So 1 has died. Wait. You will reduce damage though. So only 1 has died because I'm damaged 2, and then you failed 3, so actually just kill 1. That's not bad actually. That damage is just fucking hell. If I'd had the big bullshit banner. But sadly...
I might as well do my attacks back, so that is the player champion, so...
Very good.
Very good,
Did he hit anything? He does get a wound, though.
Yeah, he does get a wound, actually.
He just do a wound. Is it
right.
1?
It's AP -2,
Is
1 damage.
1 whole wound?
1 all damage.
There we go. Now, technically, you fool! That means I get to strike with my Bulgars. I get to strike with my Bulgars first, technically, but we're not going to do that. It's fine. You would get to strike with your Bulgars.
I'll just... Do you want me to roll this on camera as well?
Yeah, so we'll go... Oh, so that is that combat there, guys. We have done one wound to me, and we've crushed 1 of you. Then we're going over to the Bulgars over there.
And then we'll just quickly do this.
And then we'll do the slap fight over there. So you've missed twice.
Yes.
Wounding on 2s because of the madness that is contagions. Missed. It's a
plague weapon.
It's a power fist, a plague weapon. This is a good.
It's not a power fist. Though.
It's a plaguey fist, is it?
I will check right now.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll roll 2 saves. Well, if it's got any AP, I fail both of those.
It's AP -2, and I'll just check for you now.
And I'm going to roll this last save to see if it makes a difference. It makes no difference, but we can check just for rules checking purposes.
No, not a difference.
So I have lost my 1 injured man.
Yes, plague weapon, plague claw.
Oh, it's a plague claw, so it's not a power fist. You've got to be precise, Tom.
It's a plague claw, sir.
Oh, very good. So I have lost 1 Bulgan. That does mean it is the Bonehead left. It's the battle of the century. Bonehead versus your Bonehead. That's 2 misses there.
Mm-hmm.
Several million exploding hits. No, not quite. 1 wound, 2 up save. Yes, you're fine.
Yeah.
But my guy has done his job, which was just to hold you, damn it, hold you. So then we're going to go over to the Watchmasters. Now, I believe that they only have 1 attack each, but you know what? I'm going to double check. Yes, they only have 1 attack each, and the Sergeant's got 2, and that's because even though they are elite infantry, because they're old Forge World shenanigans, they haven't been updated like Kazakh and Silence have 2 attacks each, which is a good little distinction there. But we do get to hit you on the old 4s, so we'll roll that. Oh dear.
Oh God!
I may not kill him. There's a very, very, very strong chance.
5s.
No, I haven't killed him. There you go. So you now get to whack me back over here.
Okay, so hitting you on 4s.
Very good. Well, at least you don't regrow any of your
We're
people.
staring at each other menacingly.
It's a bit annoying though, because I can't shoot you in combat or anything, so we've just got a slap fight until eventually someone gives up. But yeah, there we go. That is the guard turn 3. Any morale, sir? Does he take morale with 2 casualties? Is he leadership? He's not leadership
9.
A. No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
Them guys are leadership 7. They've lost 1.
If you get a 6, you're still fine. You're still fine. You got a 2. You rolled a dice unnecessarily, but that's okay.
Yep.
And that is everything.
Yeah.
All right. We will be going into Death Guard turn 4.
Turn 4.
You are currently sitting on 2 objectives. I am also sitting on 2 objectives.
I'm actually on 3 because my Plague Marines are on that one. Sticky objectives, sir.
I think it's only Astartes that get that. This was explained to me at the weekend. Like, Space Marines get sticky objectives, and everyone else doesn't get it.
We will check in a second.
Yeah, we will check. This was explained to me at the tournament this weekend. Not every objective is sticky.
No, I thought it was just troops.
I thought so too. But apparently it is not the case. We'll double check, but let us know down in the comment section in case we get it wrong. But I believe it's only Marines that get sticky objectives. And everyone else gets sticky when the mission says you're sticky. So we'll be back in a second, double check. But either way, we'll be going into your turn 4.
Yes.
So Death Guard turn number 4. You have advanced with your remaining assets, but those assets are pretty fearsome. You've got a fully operational Great Unclean One. And then you've got a fully operational...
Foul Blight Spawn.
Foul Blight Spawn. And then you've got a very not quite fully operational Miasmic Plaguecaster. Pretty close. Malignant. Close enough. And then this he is fully operational, but the other 9 guys that came with him are not fully operational. And then we've got your Warlord, who is still fully operational. Yep. And there's a Death Shroud around these parts, I believe.
Well, on that objective then. Because...
He's gone back.
I mean, if it's not mine, then why would
you
I
need it? Yeah. So we have double checked this, guys. We've triple checked it. We can't find where it says in either the Arcs of Omen or the Space Marine parts where the sticky objective comes from. It was definitely something that was talked about in Warhammer community. I was at a tournament this weekend, and I was under the impression that it was permanent sticky objectives, and I was told by everyone there that that wasn't the case, and there was only Marines that got it. So we're going off that vibe. Let us know down in the comment section if that's correct, if that's wrong, and let me know if I have cheated Tom out of 4 points of primary.
Oh dear!
If I have done, good sir, I apologise, but I'm only going off the latest information that we have available to us, and as always, I give in to peer pressure.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for peer pressure.
I'm a sucker for peer pressure. So that is your movement done. Do you have a psychic phase?
I do have a psychic phase.
Okay.
So, what I'm going to do...
Blow yourself up. Go on, do it.
So, the...
Come on. Do him first. No, do him last until you usually see re-roll somewhere else.
So, the Great Unclean One is going to cast Smit on
the infantry squad
in front of him. So, this goes off on a...
It's off, definitely. D3.
So, D3. One going set.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Carry on.
And I'm going to do the toughness one. So this is...
I'm going to say that's a no. Yeah. Okay, come on. Come on.
Then
Papa wants a double 6 or double 1.
To cast Miasma Repellents on the Foul Blight Spawn.
Okay.
It goes off on a 6.
It's not a fail. All right.
And then he's going to cast Putrescent Vitality.
Come on.
The Foul Blight Spawn.
Come on.
It goes off as well.
Damn. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's double 6. He's dead. No, it's fine. So where's the Foul Blight Spawn? This guy.
That guy there.
He's built different now, isn't he? He's maxed up.
He is
taking his trend. He's doing great.
He is built.
He's stacked.
And then the
is that your sidekick?
Yeah, that's more on the sidekick. So I'll go on to the shooting phase then.
We'll have a little cut.
Little cuts.
It makes my editing much easier. So we'll have a little cut, and then we'll be back going into your shooting phase. Going with the stacked Blight Spawn, he's firing his assault weapon into my infantry squad. How many
D6 shots.
D6. It's from 4. That's a respectable number.
And those will be toughness 2 now, so it'll be 2s to wound you. And it's a plague weapon. That is 4 wounds, sir.
Can I have...
I believe it's
it
AP
big?
-2.
Right. Well, I'm going to kill them preemptively. And you can then tell me if...
Quickly check.
Quickly check. I need the guys on the objective, so I'll just have to take those 4 off.
Amateur hour, isn't it?
It is amateur hour. There we go. You just can't get the help these days, guys. Oh, there we are.
It's AP -3, yes.
Yeah, so it's at least AP2. At least AP2. Okie
and then
croaky.
the rest of my shooting is going to be from the Great Unclean one.
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but I suspect Smith would have been the nearest guy, wouldn't he?
What, for the Schmidt?
Smith, yeah.
Schmidt.
1 minute.
That's fine then.
There we go.
So he's going to put his blah into them.
Okay.
His
Vom.
bomb.
He's chundering.
His chunder, and then his other weapon as well is 7 inches. So he's going to put that one into them guys.
Okay.
Good old 7 inches.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just laughing inside.
So the bomb, D6 shots.
Chunder.
5 shots. Very good. And this will be wounded on 2.
Literally on Valhalla, just chundered everywhere.
And that's 3 wounds, and this will be at AP -1, I do believe.
So mad that he's not technically like Nurgos, doesn't get like plague weapons or anything. 3 dice, please, sir.
3 dice, please, sir. Very good, sir. Oh, God.
Well, I failed. I'll just... They're all dead! Where is this vom going? Into
The bomb is going into the right one, and then I have his plague flail, which is next.
They're all dead! 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 How can you apologise to them? There we go. Little reference there.
And this is D6 plus 3. So that's 4.
4,
No,
5 even. That's mathematics.
5. And this will be hitting you on 3s.
Hit on 3s as a demon.
Hitting on 3s.
Seems wrong.
And this will be wounding on 2s. So that is 4 wounds, sir. AP -3, so you won't get a save against this.
I won't. I miss being Krieg, you know.
Krieg! I'm Krieg!
I miss being Krieg, man. Krieg is great.
Krieg. And that's all the shooting done.
All right. We'll go back to the charging then.
Charging.
Back in a moment. These 2 cheeky chappies are going to charge into my 2 cheeky chappies onto the objective over there. So, off you go.
So the Malignant Plaguecaster
Is in.
definitely in. And then the Foul Blight Spawn
In.
in.
Nice. So, this guy's just going to fight me through the wall, I imagine.
Yeah, and then the Foul
Having a
Blight
great
Spawn
time. And he's going to go around there. Very good. All right, any more charges?
Yes.
Go
And
on.
the Great Unclean one's going to charge that Infantry Squad.
No.
What, do you want me to charge the Baneblade?
I'll get to Overwatch then.
No. Well, it would be massive because he's in the dents, isn't he? So it'd be...
I mean,
So-
he's a big lad. Don't you call him massive, though. Go on.
Well, I think he needs an 8 or a 9 to get into those lads.
All right, go on then. Off you pop.
Oh, he's
Well,
in.
there you go,
There
right.
we go.
Oh, bloody hell, I had a fit of rage. I've smashed the terrain. He's much lighter than he looks, you know. It's all hot air in there. It's all decomposing gases.
That's what I tell me, missus.
Nice. Me too. Your missus, I mean. All right, so that's the charge phase. Any other charges?
No, that is all.
Right, well, we'll keep it rolling because I always see the charge phase and the fight phase as basically the same phase.
Yes,
So,
essentially.
yeah.
So, what I'm going to do then is I'll start off with the Great Unclean one.
Very
He has
good.
12 attacks. He's hitting on 2s. He's wounding on 2s.
I miss being Krieg because if
AP
you were...
-3, 1 damage.
Right, so
So, I'll roll
off
this
you go.
for Nurgle. Oh,
Nurgle's blessing you somewhat.
Somewhat.
He's making you roll statistically, which
What?
is not the worst.
And then 2s.
God,
and
Krieg
then
would have saved me.
that
This is the difference.
9.
This is the difference between Krieg and not Krieg. Krieg there would have been like, all right, well, 1 just fucks off because of the med pack. Those other 2 fail, so actually I only took 5 casualties.
Medipacks I've learned from playing Votan that they're just so valuable.
They're just
Incredible.
as it is.
You look at it and go, it's 1, and then you're like, actually, that is amazing.
The Barbican's key has died. I didn't even get to use the Barbican's key. I had the Barbican's key in case you didn't leave me any space over here because I had loads of poxwalkers, but you just let me just teleport wherever the frig I wanted. So
Here you go, sir. And then he's going to go like that.
is that the power of the far? Like powering one.
Get forward.
All right. I believe it's going to be over to me now.
Well, no. You have to interrupt, sir.
Well, these guys are just going to die. You can roll it if you like, but I'm happy to pick them up. He's rolling it. Okay.
And that is...
Again, if that had been Krieg, it would have only been one.
That is 2 wounds, AP nothing, sir.
Okay, one's dead.
One's dead. And then the malignant playcaster. Oh, mate, he's whiffed.
Oh.
He's wounded, though.
AP?
1.
Oh, come on! The Emperor protects! Oh, not so much.
Opposite of what he wanted.
He's clearly got some Big Titty Eldar picks on his data slate.
And do you know what's funny, Tim?
You now control
I get to fight over here first.
Why? I'm the defender. You didn't
Oh,
charge.
no, actually, yes, I didn't.
And why are there so many of them back?
There's only 3.
How do they get back here?
I spent 1 CP for the dead rise again.
You need to tell me these things so I can tell the viewers.
Viewers, I did tell him at the start of the...
Don't telling me off camera means nothing. Right. Okay. We've got 6 attacks.
Well, there's 3 back from Dead Rise Again because I rolled terribly.
We've got 7 attacks.
Yes.
I get to go first because I'm the defender.
You are the defender.
I've done 3 hits. Come on, just fucking kill all of these motherfuckers. 1.
1 wound.
1 wound. We have killed one, though.
Yeah, we killed 1, there you go. Right, I'll fight over here then. 4 attacks in on 4s.
Oh god, you're gonna eat your way back to full health, but I'm actually it's actually fine.
Ooh.
Oh, 1? No, strength 3? You're strength 3, but it's 4, aren't you? Do I suffer contagion?
Yes, but no, it'll only be 1 wound. 1 wound.
I take it. One's
You
back.
what?
I take it.
You take it.
Yeah.
That means one of them's back.
No!
He's popping off.
It's popping off! There we go. And then over here, I get to fight? I get to fight. 5 attacks. Bulgrid is just like smashing his fucking weapon. Oh, he's totally fucked it, man. He's totally fucked it.
Is that 5-1?
That's, yeah, we're not
Oh,
talking
my
about it.
days.
Oh, Righteous Rhetoric! Righteous Rhetoric! It's got me 2 more.
Yes.
It's got me a wound.
A wound.
2 up. Ah, go on.
The Bane Blade.
You can play Claw Me Back first if you like. Just whilst we resolve going around.
Might as well. Hit you on 3s.
Gadzooks, man.
Gadzooks. So 3 wounds. Oh wait, 3 wounds.
He's dead. But that's okay, he did his job. Borgrins did their job. I mean, I'm very, very happy with them. They didn't kill all that much, but they literally were just a brick wall. And they stopped your advance just dead. 10 plague marines, 3 blights, 3 death shroud, and your warlord is what it took to bring them down. And in the whole time you were taking fire. So Borgrins aren't there to kill things, guys. They are there to be annoying as fuck, like the Krieg. So there we go.
Forgetting one unit.
The Beam Blade.
Yeah.
Now, I am
like to spend a CP on Crush them.
Well, I think I'm going to do it in my charge phase. But you know what I need to check? I need to see if it lasts until my next turn.
Okay.
Because if it does, I might still get to crush you. So we'll be back in just a moment after I've checked that.
Yes.
So I just get to spend it in the fight phase. It's not the charge phase. I can just do it any time. So that's nice. Well, not any time, but any fight phase. So I've done it. I've bloody well spent my CP on it. So let's crush you. Okay, yeah, miss with 3, as is tradition. Get the 6 in the hit, which is annoying because I want the 6 in the wound. So, mortal wound. Mm-hmm. And then your toughness big, right?
T5 on
so 3 more. So you need to... these are 4 ups. Oh, he's lived just...
On a wound.
On a wound, yes. How frustrating. I was really hoping... I don't think adamantium tracks are damage 3. I'm pretty certain they're not. But,
no more!
No less.
No less!
I'm just going to have to shoot the shit out of him.
And I guess I'll just have to fight him back as well.
Yeah.
4 attacks. He hits you 3 times.
Winning on 5s.
5s and 6s. Ooh, 1 wound, sir. Does he deal another wound here?
He does!
He does!
Bloody hell.
Up.
This is not the actual Beyblade. This is like the training tank. And it's just got like the really thin armour. Yeah, clearly. It's alright, I'll heal him.
It's got the paper coming out of the chest.
I'll heal him. Yeah, there we go. Alright, but that is, I believe, your turn, sir.
It's my turn.
Alright, well, we will be back going into guard. Turn 4? Turn 4. Guard turn number 4. So we're struggling on the primary, but we are doing very well on our secondaries. In my command and movement phase, I was able to get the Righteous Rhetoric onto the infantry squad here, and I gave them the one that gives them the, I think it's a 6-up invulnerable save, and they're also not targetable for witchfires. I'll double check. It's the one that isn't reroll all hits, because they're not going to need that in combat. I then obviously gave reroll 1s to these 2 tanks as well. And the Baneblade gave himself reroll 1s as well. And the Tech Priest obviously put a 5% vulnerable save on him there. I also, with this infantry squad, actually, I figured this might be the last chance I get to do data over here. So I have got them to retrieve data, which means I've maxed out retrieve data now, turn 4. And I have moved this infantry squad over here so that Tom is only sat on 2 objectives this turn. If I didn't do that, he would happily end up on 3, which would be pretty bad at this late stage of the game, considering he's already beaten me quite handily on primary. Only other things to mention is I moved my shotgun guys up here to draw a bead onto the 2 wound death route. But, of course, Tom has got 2-up save against my attacks. I don't have take aim over here. No Voxcaster in the engineers. I don't believe they can take one. If they can, then that would have been really good to know before the game, but I haven't put a Voxcaster in there. And that is that. This guy's on just but a single wound. So that's it. I've fallen back with the Baneblade because Titanic, it can fall back, shoot, charge, it doesn't care. And the plan is, I think we have to deal with this Great Unclean One. And I have move blocked it with my command squad there, so hopefully that'll be all right. But I'm going to just try and just whale everything into this bad boy. So I think to start off, let's just chuck 3 battle cannons into him and see what's left. He's a tough boy though, isn't he?
He's a chunk.
I am tempted. Maybe I should go with the Baneblade first.
Go with the Baneblade.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Baneblade first. I'm going to spend my CP on Ingrained Precision.
Yes.
And I am going to fire everything into him.
Okay.
I was originally thinking of, doing some stuff over here and over here, but I think if they're not even character protected. No. So I'll see how much damage the Baneblade does over here, because he's actually got the big guns that can get past that toughness 9. And these battle cannons will struggle against it, but they'll be okay against these guys down here. So we'll do that. So it will be 3d6 on the number of shots from the Baneblade cannon. First time I've had to roll it. It's 9. I have to re-roll all of the dice. I'm doing it. I'm going big. I'm going big. I'm going big. It's a bit better. It's 11. There we go. So we've got 11 shots there. Okay, hitting on 3s, finally hitting on 3s. Auto wounding on 5s, rerolling 1s. Okay, so thank God for Ingrained Precision. Thank God there's no -1 involved. Okay, so that many hits. I believe I'm winning on 4s though. Okay, the Emperor has seen fit to bless me here. Now, that is a total of 7 wounds. Oh God, the blessed number.
4-ups.
I believe these are 4-ups. Okay.
I will CP one of these.
You CP re-rolling one of them. Okay, so 3 go through. That's 9 damage from the main cannon.
So he is down to
13, I believe. 13. Okay, we've got the auto cannon here. 2 auto wounds there, sir. 2 more 4-ups, please. That's another 2 damage. You're down to 11. We've got the Demolisher. Oh, it's the big 6. It is the big 6. All right, here we go. We're 2 auto wounds, 3 misses, and another miss. Just 2 4-ups again, please.
4-ups.
1 does go through. It is the big D6 damage. And it's the big 6. Yes. Down to 5. The first time I've made a half decent fucking damage roll. 2 last cannons. Oh, it's 2 auto wounds. 2 auto wounds. Oh, they've both gone through. 3, 4.
And he's dead.
And he's dead. I don't even need the heavy bolters. The Baneblade! The might of the Baneblade. The Imperium's will made manifest. That was the one time he's felt like he's actually been operated at full whack. That's cool. The Battle of the fucking Titans, man. The Battle of the fucking Titans, man. Very cool. How much is a Great Unclean one, by the way?
This one, I upgraded with a 20. It'll be 300 points. That's how much.
It's well affordable, man. He's 500 on the nose. I don't know if he should kill you in one go, but 500 points and 2 CP. It seems not unreasonable. Not reasonable, but not unreasonable either. Oh, I'm all excited now. I'm gonna have a little sit down.
Have a little sit down.
I've exerted myself. All right, we'll have a little think about what we're gonna do there. But that, honestly, favourite moment of the game right there. The Vigil's End, led by Alex Stengale, absolutely just blasted, just awful. There's just chunks of offal just going off that Great and Clean one. And he ends up, you just there's a, and he just goes, well, it's more of a, and he goes back into the warp, and there's just like a rancid, wet fart smell left, and that's it. All right, very, very cool. Let's do, let's have a little think about where I want to go next, and we'll be back in just a moment. Guys, I really wish we just got the last few minutes on camera, because it had me on the floor in tears. Not weeping for my dice rolls, but weeping for Tom's. The blessing, it always seems this way. Whenever anyone uses chaos on a battle port, the Dark Gods abandon them completely at some point in the turn. So my Tech Priest comes out here. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's got crack grenades. Check his data sheet. No, it's just a las pistol. He's just like, he perfectly calculates the algorithm, the trigonometry, what he needs. He got a 3 to hit. Exactly what he needs. You used to hit on 4s, now hits on 3s. Needs a 5 to wound, gets exactly a 5 to wound. Tom had to roll anything but a 1, rolls a 1, and he's like, yes, the exact precision of the Omnissiah. And he killed this 1 wound guy, and I was like, oh, well, that's good. I wasn't expecting that. I thought I'd have to go in a swinging with the Omnissiah axe, and then we come over here to the engineers, and I'm like, well, I don't think I'm going to do anything to you, because, I wound you on 5s, and you've got a 2-up save. I do 6 wounds to the 2 wound Plague Marine, and I'm like, if you could roll 2 1s in now, Tom. And he just did. He went, I do. And I was in tears on the floor, guys. I was like, no, Tom, not like this. Not like this, man. You've just failed 3 Terminator saves against fucking buckshot and las pistols, man. Oh, no take aim, no nothing. Just people living in the moment. And that's pretty big, because it means that Tom now doesn't hold that objective. I mean, it's not that big over here. It just saves me having to do it with anything else. So that was a little bit of scraplet shooting. We're now going into the big guns. I'm going to fire this battle cannon over here into this Swole Marine, because he's got miasma and putrescent vitality on him. So everything's going to go into him. We shall see how many shots we get from the Battle Cannon. Just 5. This is I'm getting deja vu from last turn. 1 auto wound, 1 miss, another miss because of -1 to hit, 1 reroll, 2 other hits. It is 2 wounds, 3 wounds in total. AP -2.
So this will be a 5-up save.
He is dead, because he's only got 4 wounds, I believe.
Yes, he only has
and it's
4
flat
wounds.
damage 3.
Yes.
That's a bit anticlimactic. I was expecting a bit more. So that scene in The Simpsons, like Mr. Birds, where it's like, that one didn't show much spirit. Do another one.
I just feel like it's takes.
Bang, bang, pop, pop. There we go. So that was that one. Okay, fair enough. I think now we're going to go... I don't really want to shoot him into him, because he ignores AP 1 and 2, and that makes me the big sad. But what we'll do is, I believe I can thread the needle out of those windows there, and I think we'll just start blasting, and we'll definitely shoot with this one here, because he can see to this chap, and that means no dense.
No dense.
No dense.
No dense.
It's 6 shots. It's a little bit better than before. Okay. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Okay, we've got an auto wound. Oh, it's so much better hitting on 3s. My hitting on 4s is a sucker's game. Oh, 8th edition Codex cries in the corner. And then that is a total of 4 wounds on your demon save.
Demons! So 2 go through damage?
Big 3.
Big 3, so it'll be 2 more dead.
Why do you ask the damage on this? Do you have a
It's
thing?
just because they're 2 wounds each.
Oh!
Yes.
That's pretty gnarly.
Pretty gnarly.
Alright, laser cannon. It's a miss.
This is a miss.
It's got some tracer fire.
Brutal efficiency.
Somewhat. Toughness.
5.
On a plague bearer.
Plague bearer is nice.
That's pretty good. It means I only get 1 wound.
Demons.
It's alright.
Save.
And then a storm blotter.
Storm blotters.
Storm blotter.
Blotters.
Storm blotter.
Blotters.
'Tis a wound.
There's a wound. Demon. Oh, okay. No.
One takes a wound.
In wound.
And then we'll shoot the other battle cannon tank into them. Yeah, it's fine. 5 shots. This one will be going over the old denser Rooney though. So that was a 3. That was a 3, wasn't it? So 6 shots. All right, shows willing, showing promise. Yes. No, that's a miss. So 4 hits. Toughness 5 means 2 wounds.
2 wounds set.
2 more demons.
Two more
I should have shot my other little shit first. Oh well.
But you did.
But I didn't. Laser cannon, miss. Blotters. 1 auto wound. 2 regular wounds, which becomes 3 wounds in total.
3 wounds. Demons.
One more has been laid low by
the. Laid floweth.
And then we have the Stormiest Bolt. If this does 1 wound, I'm going to be really hacked off because I did it in there, I didn't do anything. I mean, I've never been so happy to not do a wound. But anyway. And then we've got some guys over here. So we've got 4 las guns, 1 auto wound. That's it. 1 auto wound. Demon save. Save with demons.
Oh.
And then 1. I think that's it.
Damage?
No, it's a fucking las gun, bro. I mean, I know they're good, but they're not that good. Tom's like, is it 2 wounds? Oh! All right, so
Tim turns around to me and goes, "You seem pretty chilled out today, Tom." I was like, "It is what it is."
it is, and then like he just collapses to the floor like turn 4 as the weight of the universe just comes in around him. All right, so that is all of me shoosting. I have to say, I've not been as impressed by the battle cannons this game. I feel like I've only had 1 time when they've rolled more than a 3 on the shots.
Yeah, but you have been shooting into like -1 things.
Yeah, but I guess that's terrain doing its job, innit?
Terrain doing its job.
It's almost like these people who make this terrain map know what the fuck
That's
they're
why
doing.
we've got a flag that ignores it.
Yeah.
That building doesn't exist, mate.
Yeah, typical. I mean, that's why I don't run tanks, man. I mean, they're metal boxes, but this one gets an exception. This one's a nice tank. I healed a wound on this, by the way, guys, at some point. I think it was...
Yeah, so we negated 50% of my...
Yeah, it negated all of Tom's hard work. So, speaking of charges, though... I didn't really speak of charges, but going into the charge phase. Blap, attack through the wall... Done. Can we run him over? All right, we know what we're doing here. Spend a CP. Spend a CP.
Spend a CP.
Spend a CP.
Spend a CP.
I think this is 9. No, that's cheating. Now it's 9. I don't have any of the charges, by the way. So they all hit. 2 mortal wounds, and he's dead.
He's dead.
Crush them! Crush them harder. Yes. There we go. I'd say the Baneblade has, I think, had a really good showing this game. Although I think it is a good...
Yeah, when it doesn't go into vote and just go...
It doesn't charge of the heavy cavalry. It just gets blown up. But I think it goes to show what you can do with one if you just use it as a mobile firebase.
Yeah. I will say, I've got some attacks.
You do get to fight over here. Let's finish off the cut. This is one long flow.
It's on fluids.
Just the one. Just the one, Cornetto. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, he's eaten one.
And it's another Poxwalker back.
That means I've only got 4 guys left, including the sergeant. And they've fucked it. Yep, they fucked it. But that's fine. They literally did their job. And they almost blew you away.
And that is John Phillips.
John Phillips has died.
He's died.
But he's not died. He's here now. There he is.
He's a Poxwalker now.
Yeah, we've got PJ Murray in there as well. We've got Jeremy Parker, Mike Fisher, and Mike Harris. Squad Mike. We've got Mike 1, Mike 2. And then what we got over here? Let's have a look. Lift the names up for me there, just whilst we're on these are all Patreon supporters.
Jaron.
Jordan. My bad handwriting there.
Yes, there we go.
Joel Faithful. Joel's here in the old engineers.
We have
Stephen. Nice. JM Hammer.
Stephen is deep in the lines.
And we've got Sean Hamilton. There's one more. There's Aaron. There's an Aaron there. Yep. Aaron Ferran. There you go. These guys, both these engineer squads have done very, very, very well. And who died, by the way? It was John Phillips, and previously it was Ben Thorne. There you go. Getting the old Patreon show off. There we are. Right, that was my turn 4.
Yes.
Going into your turn 5, you now hold but one objective.
I hold but a single objective.
So that's going to be 4 points for ye.
Ye.
There's not much left, Tom.
No.
Not going to lie. Do you think we'll do a summary turn here?
I will say, they will fail leadership on anything but a 1, because I'm assuming you've taken out 6.
I've taken out some, yeah. See what you roll.
Alright.
Another 1, but this time in the right place. There we are. So we'll do a summary turn 5 for you, and we'll see what I need to do in my turn 5.
Yes.
Summary, Death Guard turn 5, sir. Beginning of the turn, they held 1 objective, gaining them 4 victory points. Such a shame you didn't hold that one, man. It would have gained you another 4, but there we are. The Plague Bearers moved in. They charged the brave squad of guardsmen and got no hits. None. 0. Zilch. Nada. In return, the guardsmen fixed bayonets, not the order, just rule of cool. And they poked 1 to death, which is pretty good. You then did make your morale and all that kind of good stuff. And I think that was last turn you made your morale. So it's all good. They're all fine. But it was just kind of funny that they didn't do anything. Then we had the main event of the show, which was the smelly flamethrower man, who I've still forgotten his name, came in. And Lord of Virulence came in and he flamed some down. I used Katie stands to make it so he only killed 2 of them. And then he charged in and he killed a bunch more in combat. My 6-up invulnerable save did nothing. Didn't make 1. And then 3 ran away. So I ended up, because Tom spent a CP to make my morale really, really bad. Which meant that I have just got the lone sergeant left over there who did nothing back to him. And then the preacher had heroic intervened. And he's just like trying to shine the little icon in his face. And the virulent man was like, don't really care about that, mate. And the plague marine did, and he did no damage. The preacher did no damage. So got a lot of hits. Got a lot of wounds and just bounced off the 2-up save.
So somebody died over here, but then they got reanimated.
Yeah, so PJ McMurray died, but then he got back up again. So he's not really died. So and got rid of my hard work to kill 2 of them. Killed 2 of them, and then 1 of them came back. This has been just such a grim fight. Like, no one's like killing anyone. But the cool thing about this fight is it does allow me to just keep scoring boots on the ground. And thanks to these 2 squads, thanks to these 2 squads, I have actually managed to max boots on the ground by the end of this game, which I don't normally do. And I'm still going to max inflexible by the end of the game. So it's one of those where you sort of think about, I've got to max inflexible first 3 turns. You don't at all. You're going to max it by the end of the game anyway. So you might as well get a couple of early leads on it and then just trickle in those 3 points every single turn. So not too bad at all. So that was the Death Guard final turn. I think we'll do a guard summary turn, and if there's any cool things that the Baneblade does, we'll get that on camera one last time. And that will be that. So we'll be back. End of turn 5 for the guard, and also end of the game.
Yes.
Guard turn 5 summary. We fixed bayonets properly this time on this squad, and then we charged in with the command squad, and we were able to bring the Plague Bears down to 1 man on a single wound. He is alone, and we will be killing him, I imagine, at some point in the future. Probably he'll just disappear into the warp back to the guard and Nurgle, like, those guardsmen, they don't fight fair in combat.
They killed Papa John.
Over here, the horrible slap fight continued. I did manage to kill 1, but then unfortunately, Jeremy Parker was killed, and then he came back on the Poxwalker side. It's really funny, this fight, because like I am killing 1 every turn, and they're killing 1 of me every turn, but my numbers are going down, their numbers aren't. So it's like, it's really like, it's an equal fight apart from they keep getting one back because of the dead walk again or whatever it's called. So yeah, so that's that over there. So the only thing to do, we thought we'd end on a really cool note, is we're doing this slightly out of sequence, but the Baneblade is going to shoot, which it healed up, it's going to shoot everything into Tom's Warlord over there. We just thought it'd be cool to end with one last volley from the Baneblade. Now, I've spent a CP on Ingrained Precision. I've got another CP in the bank in case I need to reroll the random number of shots. Let's go for that Baneblade cannon first. Definitely going to reroll that random number of shots. Give it a nice bit of a shake. Here we go. Ah, that's better. 10 shots from the main cannon. I really like I hope the Baneblade cannon does get the final salute, but we shall see. So hit it on 3s, rerolling 1s. Oh, he's trying.
Ingrained Precision. You do have a spare CP.
I do, but all of these fail, and this gets a reroll. Okay, that's not too bad. So 2 auto wounds. 3 wounds in total. These are all -3, so you actually finally have to take this on something else. Oh, he's only gone and done it. All right. We've got the auto cannon.
The rotten constitution.
1 hit. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. No wounds. I'm going to change some of these dice. These ones seem like they've had a bit of a whiffer. The demolisher cannon. Oh, got a cock dice there. Just 1 auto wound, sir.
AP?
Big.
Big. Oh, it fails.
3 damage.
3 damage.
Comes 2 damage. 2 laser cannons. No hits. I feel like this is going to go from being an epic finish to a complete damp squib, but there we go. So we've got the first of the twin heavy bolters. Oh, that's looking a bit better. We've got the second of the twin heavy bolters. And then we've got the third of the twin heavy bolters. Reroll all of these 1s. Take out these 2s. That was a regular. I think that was an auto wound. There we go. So auto wound, 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 and an extra wound. Yes, the heavy bolters pulled it back. That is in total 13 saves at 3 up. Oh no, 2 up because you ignore AP -1.
2 up saves, sir. And he's on, how many damage you do with the other one?
You've got 4 wounds left.
4 wounds left, sir.
I think he's lived on a single wound.
Did you? Yeah, he is. He's on 1 wound.
Alright, I'm going to shoot my battle cannons at him now.
Oh.
First battle cannon. It's only 4 shots. No. Oh god, the shame. 1 auto wound. 2 wounds, 2 more 2-ups. Can the battle cannon get him? No. We'll do the second battle cannon. We're doing this completely completely wacky.
AP -1 and 2 ignoring is like really nice.
It is pretty good, isn't it? So this should be 8 shots from this battle cannon. Oh, okay. So that's 5 auto wounds, 3 other hits. And yeah, no, that's okay. That's 8 shots, 8 hits. 8 saves here. This is going to come in from the tank commander. Well, I can't be tank commander, one of the other ones.
He's dead!
He's dead! There we go. So we did the shooting phase, a bit out of sequence, but it didn't matter. Bit of a shame the Baneblade didn't get the final kill, but the Heavy Bolters did actually get to show off their thing because they've kind of not been doing as well at this game. But yeah, that was finally got a good amount of shots from one of the battle cannons. And on that note, I mean, he's pretty impressive. He did tank most of an armoured company there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually quite impressed with him.
Nice. Yeah, he did pretty good. And on that note, sir, that is the end of the game. We'll be back with some final scores and some final thoughts. So, end of the game, and silence has finally fallen across this battlefield. The Guard infantry forces have been completely decimated, but their armoured battle might has managed to go throughout the whole game unscathed. Pretty impressive. The Nurgle forces have been almost completely purged from the battlefield. This demon was like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and just fell his morale and left. And we've got the Plague Surgeon who's like, I don't think I can put all this back together. And then we've got this fight, which I think will inevitably lead to there being 3 gas masky pox walkers left over here.
Plague Surgeon's just like, you think I can fix all this?
No, not a chance, mate. Not a chance. So the Guard finished in a relatively good position on the battlefield. We're in all the table quarters. We've taken the centre. And the Nurgle are looking a little bit smashed. But the scores aren't actually that far apart, because Tom was doing very well on the primary pretty much the whole game. I spent most of the game on 4 victory points, which is a very, very good effort from Tom. And if I hadn't gone second, I would have only scored 4 in the last turn as well. But because I went second, I was able to get 12 victory points at the end.
I always prefer going second.
I always prefer going second. The number of games that have swung because of that inevitable 12 points primary swing is pretty big. But we shall not keep the viewers waiting any longer.
No.
The final score was 70 to Death Guard. Very respectable score, 70. And 86 to the Guard. Yeah. Without that 12-point swing, I would have only got 4 points. And it would have only been 72? No, 74. 74.
So WTC.
So in WTC, that would have been a draw, but sadly I did get the 12-point swing at the end. It's so massive, that 12-point swing. The scores were literally neck and neck. Yeah. I did very well on the secondaries, poorly on the primary. Tom struggled with secondaries, but did very well on his primary. And it just came down to that 12-point swing at the end that really clinched it and managed to put Guard into a relatively commanding lead. Yeah. In terms of secondaries, I think I maxed all of mine out, didn't I? That I could.
Yeah, you maxed all your secondaries. You got 34 on primary. I got 37 on primary. I got 8 on Spread the Sickness. I got 12 on Fleeing Vectors. And I got 3 on Despoiled Ground.
Spoiled Ground with a tricky one there.
Yes.
What would you take instead? Maybe Warp Ritual?
I would have taken Engage, because I would have got 10 points on Engage. But it's one of them where I just wanted to try out a different secondary, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, always good. I was trying out a new one as well with Retrieve Data. Very happy with how Retrieve Data went. Those little 5-man squads. Didn't end up needing the Barbican's Key, but it was nice to have it in my back pocket in case you had screened me out a lot more. My final thoughts were, just in general, are the Baneblade. So much fun. 40 Poxwalkers and a Great Unclean one.
Not bad for a day's work.
Not bad for a day's work. That's actually 500 points exactly.
He's earned his points back. Yes. Other things that stood out to me was I definitely felt like I had just enough infantry, but if I had been facing anyone with a lot more shooting, I would have not had anywhere near enough.
Yes.
So I know that some people in the Guard community think that you don't really need 80, 90, 100 infantry. I really felt not having it. Really felt it. There was a couple of times when I was having to start using command squads to move block, and yeah, it was a bit tricky. So I think
you've always got to have your solid core of infantry.
You've always got to have I think the first thing that should go down to anyone's list should be 9 squads of infantry for your Arcs of Omen, compulsory. Your optional 9 infantry.
Squads.
Bang that down, and then you can do what you want with the optional with the compulsory selection there. Tom, any final thoughts from you?
The game went how I expected it to go. I expected to be blasted off the field, to be perfectly honest, because Death Guard are in a bit of a sticky situation.
Appropriate for them, though.
Yes, appropriate.
More appropriate for Nash,
I've been playing Custodes and Votan for a bit, so going down to Death Guard, I was like, whoa, this book is like...
You're feeling it, but not in the right way.
Yeah, this book is like quite bad. It's not very good. But yeah, I mean... I just wanted to run my Great Unclean one today, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I've been petting him up. He looked beautiful on the tabletop.
I liked running him.
That epic scene with the Baneblade and the Great Unclean one facing off against each other, and then the Baneblade was like, you brought a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I feel like if you hadn't taken Despoil and you had gone second, then I think you could have won the game. I think it literally came down to those two things. You would have got the 12-point swing, more than likely. Very least, you would have got 8 points at the end rather than 4. And then I think also...
It was also that bit when you told me that it doesn't matter, because I would have got 12 points, but I got 8 instead. The OBSEC thing, because I was under the impression that the sticky objectives were for everyone, which I think it should be. I don't think Space Marines need another buff on top of like another 12 buffs that they've got. Like why? What's the point in that? But yeah, I think the spoiled ground. It would be good if you could just last longer, and
it would be. Tell you what would be a good way of doing it. You get 5 turns. There's 5 conditions, and you can fulfill 1 condition like
per turn,
rather than having to do it at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
So you can be like, oh shit, right, I'm going to go for all objects of contagion range. Turn 1, like, pff, great. And then you can be like, right, after that, I'm going to go for, I've got to have someone in my deployment zone, someone in their deployment zone, pff, 3 points. Yeah. But once you've done that once, you can't do it again. Like, you're just ticking them off the list. I think that'd be a really good way of making it both interesting, doable, but you're not likely to max all 15 out, but you still probably get 9 or 12 in it fairly consistently, which is good.
Yeah, because engage as well, I would have got 4 points for the first 2 turns, and it would have been another 6 points, so I would have got probably about 10, maybe 12 on engage in the total game.
Yeah.
It's just one of them, where it's like, if you look back at a game, don't you, like, oh, if I put this, it's like, yeah, well, if ifs and buts...
We're candy and nuts. I don't know the rest of the saying.
Neither.
There we go.
I'm sure we've had this before, actually, on about what we're like, what is it?
What is it? Yeah.
But no, I love Death Guard. I'm really sad that Terminus S just got removed.
I was going to say, Terminus S being gone was kind of your shtick, wasn't it?
Yeah, because, again, is the way I like to play Death Guard is I like infantry and I like Poxwalkers, and I just like to trudge up the field. And it's like, great, but Poxwalkers just by themselves are just... They're all right. They're just not
great, not terrible.
Winning,
not great, not terrible. Yeah. 3.6 Monken.
Yeah, but that's my sort of final thoughts. Is Death Guard seem to be pretty crap at the minute, especially with the big bullshit banner just negated stuff.
I didn't even really lean into it all that much.
You didn't, to be fair.
I was very reasonable with it.
The last guns that killed me, the plasmas just I saved them all. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's so the cookie crumbles, isn't it?
It is indeed. All right, well, Tom, once again, thank you for bringing the Death Guard onto the channel. I do always love playing against the smelly invaders. And if you enjoyed today's battle report, make sure that you like and subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode. And if you really enjoyed today's battle report and you want us to get more channel armies and all that kind of good stuff, then please consider becoming a paid channel member or Patreon supporter. It really does make a big difference. It is the lifeblood of the channel. All right, guys, thank you for watching. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.